Is it working? Oh my God. Twitch, every time I go live, the thing doesn't say if it's actually live. Hi, guys. Girls. Hello. Hi. How is everybody? Welcome to the stream. I'm Anthony. It says it's set. Hi, Jack. Jack, am I live? It says that I'm live, but unstable. Guys, girls, and anthropomorphic salt shakers. Okay. Hi, Mal. I mean, also true. Am I first? Maddie, congrats on being first. Hi, Blink Dog. I'm live, but also unstable. Yep. Wait, are you two the same person? Hi, Sharn. How's it going? The Orville forever. Don't you dare. Do you know how many episodes of that they filmed, Patty? It's like 26. It's just like some ridiculously low number. Patty, thank you for the 25 months. I appreciate you. How's it going, man? Thank you. Hi, Mark. Mark, did you come in with Alec?
The characters
Listen
guy.
to that. Hi, Sharon.
Hey, you want to
Alec,
learn to
thank you
draw?
for the raid. How's it going?
It's me, Tony.
To be the same person as Jack. Well,
It's
I don't
me,
know.
Tony.
I feel like you're equally cool.
Today.
Hey, Mud.
You got your characters ready?
Hi, guys. Hi, Water Pop. Cartoon Jesse, it's great to see you. Alec, thank you so much for the raid. How are you, man? I saw that you were penciling today. I couldn't see what character it was, though. I've had... I'm not going to dwell on it too much, but I've had one of those days where things just kind of don't work in succession. And the latest thing that doesn't work is I was about ready to go scan 40 pieces of art to send to people. You know, some of you guys. My scanner doesn't work anymore. It won't connect to anything. And so Kelly and I scrambled for like 2 hours today trying to figure out what a solution was. And the solution is now that I have bought a new scanner. Just an unexpected price, you know? Tethys, did I pronounce that right? Tethys, thank you for that. First in denial. Good job, Sharn. Good job. Mal, congrats on legitimately getting first. Appreciate that. Alex says, I gotta hop. Remind me, we gotta chat. Spoke to Chris. He wants to talk to the two of us together. Wait, are we in trouble? Alec, are we in trouble? That sounds like you and I are in trouble. I don't want to be in trouble. Hi, Zoltan. And yet you can't watch them all. I know, I'm so sorry. I spent all day, Patty, trying to figure out why my printer won't print or my scanner won't scan. I don't know if you guys remember, like when I got home from vacation, we had a bit of bad weather. And I can't remember if I talked about it, but the power went out. The power went out like multiple times. And I have a printer, scanner, faxier, copier. It's an all-in-one unit, and the only reason I have an all-in-one unit is because it's the only way that you can get an 11 by 17 flatbed scanner at a reasonable price. Anything that will scan at 12,000 DPI with a really great amount of clarity or whatever. Epson's the only company that makes one. Brother makes one, but it's pretty rough. And if you want to buy an 11 by 17 flatbed scanner, it's at least $500 for just an okay one, just like an okay one. So yeah, we got back from vacation. We had a power outage, and that printer just started freaking out. The printer component of that thing has not worked for months, probably 2 years. But the scanner has worked gloriously. Not no more. So I don't know if it shorted out with the power outage or what it was, but ugh. Alec has an appointment. Have a good appointment, dude. Have a good appointment. Did you just message me? I want to see the pencils of what you were working on. So yeah, massive scramble the last couple of hours trying to find an appropriate scanner that isn't going to cost me too much money. I have to scan like 50, 60 things like today. This just doesn't feel fair. So, how are you guys? Yeah, we got to go to the principal's office. We don't even work for him. How am I in trouble? Yeah, Stitch and Geek. That's what I always worry about. A lot of times, like if I reach out to anybody and I'm like, hey, I need to talk, I also preface it with, you're not in trouble. Sounds good, man. Appreciate it. I did. Yeah, I updated all the drivers. I added in an Ethernet cable I reset the router, reset the device. I uninstalled, reinstalled. Literally nothing. Nothing. 12,000 DPI. That's a lot of DPIs, huh? Hi, Grumpy and Tuttle. Hi, Zach. Zach, thanks for the lurk. I appreciate that. Hopefully you're having a great day. In just a couple of minutes, hey, Charles, in a couple of minutes, we're going to start with our figure drawing session. I'll put the first pose up here just in case people want to see it. We've got 6 different poses today, 3 male, 3 female. Body types all kind of range. The first 2 poses are standee poses with relatively slim models, so we can see the musculature and all that sort of stuff. The next couple of poses are both male and female, but we've got really great curves and shapes, and I'm super stoked about that. And then the final 2 poses are super action-y, dynamic poses with awesome silhouettes. And so we're going to be working on those today. Once we get up and running, we're going to have about 6 to 8 minutes on each pose. Honestly, what I would do, the poses are going to be in the Discord in the stream warm-up category. But for the most part, this is just a really fun, low-key, easy exercise. Don't worry about anything. Don't stress out about anything. I'll talk through my observations as we go. I'll gather observations from the community. I'll share everyone's pieces at the end of each pose. But for the most part, honestly, it's just meant to be really fun, really low-key. That's how my wife and I text each other. See, that's the way I like to communicate. Polly, what did you send me? So Polly just sent me something on a Google Drive. Oh my God. Are you serious, man? Are you kidding me? I'm going to play this here. Can I zoom in? Oh my gosh. Dude, I'm absolutely blown away. So Polly knows that my son and I are taking part in a game of Dungeons and Dragons. And this is our character. And Polly went to the trouble of making this, painting it. Dude, that is, honestly, it means so much to me. Go corporate go-karting. Salt, I will absolutely go corporate go-karting with you. Hi, LFB. Hi, Nathan. Oh, Nathan, yay. Dude, did it arrive safe and sound? Like, no nicks or bruises or anything like that? Is everything good? Hi, Rochelle. Oh, man, I'm just gonna play this multiple times. Yeah, look at the texture on the roof. The grass on the roof is unbelievable. Hi, Dazzle. That guy's really happy about being ripped. Yeah, dude, if I was that ripped, I would smile all day. 1,200 would be more than sufficient. Yep, it would. It would. Hi, Elf. Hey, Tessa Morningstar. Yeah, Paulie, this is, honestly, man. So Paulie does this over on his live stream channel. So if you like miniature painting and are into all that sort of stuff, Paulie does this over on his channel quite frequently. Oh my God. Hi, Dana. No nicks or bruises. Yay. Dude, I appreciate it. Thanks for supporting it, Nathan. It means a lot to me, man. Hey, Fred. Paulie, I more than like it. I more than like it. Let me know. I'd be happy to shoot you money for the shipping and all that sort of stuff. My son will lose his mind, and it means a lot to me too, because this is my first D&D experience. My son and I are sharing a character because of his dyslexia, and so it's going to be so freaking cool that I get to take this with me, and when we play, I get to have this on the table, and yeah, awesome. My abs are ripped. Hi, Glade. Glade, we've missed you. How are you? I've not seen you or your hubby here in a little bit. I hope both of you are well. So, guys, again, this is Polly Schlemazel, who's done more for me than I could ever even think of repaying. But thank you, man. Super grateful. How are you, Wheelman? Anthony is now talking in the third person for some reason. I'm good. I've got some bumps and bruises. Couple things didn't work today, unfortunately. Tessa Morningstar. So kind of a couple unexpected scramble items, but all in all, I'm here. How are you? Working and hiking. Now, what are you still working on your poo project, or is that all shipped and ready to roll? Can I get permission to not figure draw? Yep, 100%. 100%. 100%. Yeah, you don't have to participate at all. Cannot draw an eating putty watching that shirtless man. Activity of the day. It was challenging but fun too. They enjoyed it. Oh my gosh. Oh, Fred, I appreciate that. Means a lot to me, man. Thank you for showing it off. If you need any more for school and stuff like that, let me know. I'm happy to send you some more. Oh, that's awesome. I'm so glad that Pablo, and we'll get to the action here in a second, but Pablo sent me a message that one of his IRL friends in the state that he lives in had saw Pablo's work on the draw along, did the Kickstarter or whatever. She got the draw along and her daughter took it and within like 15 minutes had an entire page of sketches. And it's just like, it just fulfills the destiny of what this thing is just like an opportunity to make stuff. And the kid Pablo sent me a photo, like the kid had her notebook up and had this whole page just completely drawn out. I don't know. There's something super exhilarating. Yeah, Kelly, absolutely. 100%. Almost finished the second deck, keeping me busy with random. Also have a gallery show? Oh my gosh. Glade, as you get closer, tell us about it so I can shout it out on stream and all that. You are my density. You are ridiculous. All right, we've got a bunch of good people in stream already. So every Wednesday, the month of April, we're going to do our figure drawing session. It's going to last the first hour and a half of the stream. Honestly, my skill set in figure drawing has been lacking, but honestly, the last couple of weeks, things have been feeling a lot better. If you remember all the poses from last week, here's where we started. This nice, delightful man with all of his muscles. Fuck that guy. This delightful beanpole. This Adam Sandler look-alike. This gorgeous curvy woman. This guy who's ready to kick, do mysterious kicks. Hey, Frozen. And then we wrap things up with the almighty worst pose that I've ever made anybody draw, including myself. Today, as we start. I don't know why. Best stream ever. So I've got my mixer. I've got my mixer, and I can have my 1920s jazz in the background. Hi, Greenbag. And it's on super low, like 12%. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, because the mixer turns everything down for me, then the music got super loud, and some guy's fucking trombone was right in my ear. That's a ridiculous joke. And I just knew that the audio died. Just for funsies. Don't gaslight me. Hi, Jay. Yeah, I don't know why this is happening. I don't know why it's happened multiple times in the last couple of weeks. Everything's up to date. The OS is up to date. The drivers are up to date. So last time it happened twice. So we might be in that loop. I like when a guy's trombone is in my ear. I knew the second I said it, I was like, I'm going to regret saying this. Yeah. Don't let a guy stick his trombone in your ear without consent. The astrologies are astrology-ing. Rochelle, what about a September 1st Virgo? Can you give me any news on how I should be treating my astrology? I could use some luck here. We'll start our figure drawing session. If the audio goes out, just let me know. I'll put the timer on. You're going to be posting these to the daily stream warm-up. You get about 8 minutes a pose. Throw your things into the Discord after each pose. We're going to scroll through super fast. If it's too overwhelming, save up all of your images for the very end. Or if it's just too overwhelming, all of the images are going to be in the Discord, and you can access them whenever you want in the daily stream warm-up category. Hi, Nihilist. Stream now, PG Trombone. To say I went to clip this so fast. Yeah, I figured. Before we start this, can I ask for help? I'm super excited about this. So Jack Gazzolo and the team over at Forward have officially launched all of our social media for the draw along. It makes me very excited. I'm going to play this video here. I'll give the links. Kelly can update links in chat if she has an opportunity to. But if there's anybody out there that's willing to go to like Twitter and Instagram and TikTok and reshare and repost and everything, starting 3 or 4 fresh social media accounts from like ground zero. I've not done it in a long time, so I'm so curious how this is going to work. But here is the latest action video here. I could, but I need your time of birth and location and social security. I was a night baby, and I was a forceps baby. Hey, Cortland. That there was a box, and that box contained 300,000 combinations of weird, bizarre, fun, and chaotic things to make, create, and draw. Hey, I'm Anthony. I'm the creator of the Chaotic Draw Along. I've made it a mission over this last couple of years to help people get back to their childhood. It's all about unlocking that fun, imaginative potential. The Chaotic Draw Along started as a Friday live stream event where hundreds and hundreds of artists would get together, draw thousands of bizarre illustrations based on fun prompts, but everyone wanted to play it our version, so we've done that. This is both a creative tool and a party game for weird people. Have you ever drawn a buff baby wearing a championship belt? How about a Cthulhu snotty clown? What about a glowing ghostly opera singer? How about
that card animation's unreal.
Murderous unicorn? The Chaotic Draw Along took me over a year to develop. It's been tested by hundreds of different creatives. It's kid tested. It's mother approved. I promise you, you're going to like it. That mother is Lissa Bailey, by the way. She's the mother that I'm referencing in that. But yeah, if I'll put this Twitter in. If you could follow it, if that's your thing. Hi, Jeff. What's up, man? We'll show some of the other ones off later, some of the other socials. It's a lot of what you just saw, but it's in different places, you know? Yeah. Yeah, the orange border looks so good. Silent, did you get your box? I appreciate you guys. It means a lot to me, dude. Hi, Laura. Reshared my pics on Instagram. Cut off the last 2. I went on today and I tried to share them, but Instagram was down for me, Laura. I couldn't repost or reshare anything. Midnight Bella, you rock. Thanks for the follow. Hopefully you're having a great day. Not my mother. Hi, Paperclip. Karina, how are you? Some mothers. Not all mothers. It's the self-filter, the Wheeler Chaos. Yeah. Big Weird. Thank you, man. Thank you for the 1 year. I appreciate you, dude. It's good to see you. Now I have your address. Yep. That's the scary part. Hi, Emily. And some of you guys have my phone number too. That's even scarier. Everything we got was packed so well. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Is there going to be where people can order them from the 10th? Yep. 100%. 100%. We'll be doing giveaways. We'll have a launch party. Maybe we'll have some guests come in next week and help stream and stuff like that. But yeah, Greenbag, if anybody was interested to go to chaoticdrawalong.com, they could sign up and get their email address put in, and then we'll notify everybody when we go live. Anthony Whaler. What do you mean, Anthony Whaler? What do you mean, Anthony Whaler? You mean like this guy? Lunch party. Well, I could have a lunch party too. Stressing over the packaging, you did great. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm just going to keep saying that I appreciate everything. You're truly a pickle king of last-minute party planning, Wheeler. My pre-planning brain could not. Well, also, Rochelle, I've had the team at Forward working on this for about 5 months now. So we planned a lot of things in advance, but yeah, there's a few things right at the end. There's a few things. All right, let's get the party started. So let's start working on our poses. When that's all done, I'm going to work on this a little bit more. Woo! We're going to be painting on this a little bit. Woo! And it's going to be a great stream. I'm going to put 8 minutes on the clock. I'm going to try to do a couple different variations of this pose. You do whatever you want to do. Keep them sketchy. Try to maybe focus on one part of the body. Green bag, focus on the appropriate part of the body. But just do whatever makes you feel happy and how you can kind of connect some of the dots. I'm going to do a pencil on this one. I've not used pencil in the sketchbook here in a little bit. Maybe we'll use this guy. When I'm using this, I hold way back on it. Should be kind of fun. Let's see here. 8 minutes on the clock. So my digital
counting down.
My digital watch knows what's up. So 8 minutes on the clock. The first pose, I'm just gonna keep things loose and light here. Yesterday we talked all about that center line in the middle of the chest. Now I'm noticing that this man has very nice abs as I weighed myself before lunch, and I was like, I don't have nice abs. But again, I like to do chest, stomach, pelvis, and then I'm going to think about the actual right leg, which is the left leg as we look at it. And that's the leg that I'm going to have sort of pinned down here. Now he's got this other leg kind of pushed out a little bit this way. I can already feel the balance on this one is a little bit off. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start working on the shoulders. I'm going to kind of make that almost like little almonds. I know that seems kind of weird, but they're going to kind of be like little weird almond shapes. And then again, if you look at where his hand hits, it's just like slightly above the knee. Everyone's got either, everyone's arms and legs are all completely different, right? It depends on how much weight and mass you're carrying. Just set the rule for yourself. I'm going to look up here in a quick second. Now he is looking down, and that is not an easy thing for me to be able to draw. So I'm just going to envision this to start as a really terrible looking sphere. And then I'm going to put this guideline looking down. And then his ear would be up a little bit higher because of it. I think this is a pretty okay, like reasonable version of what this thing is. There's some balance issues for sure. That neck is not perfect. But I think for what, 1 minute, I think it's okay. But it's not totally me. It's not totally me. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw way smaller. And I'm not really going to look at the pose. I'm going to reference this pose. I'm not going to look at the pose on the screen. And I'm going to try to make things a little bit more dynamic, and let's just see what happens. Again, I really like to leave the head for last. Just helps me get the sort of the right proportions down. But again, just you do it the way that you want to do it. Don't worry about kind of how I do it. If my method helps, awesome. If it doesn't, do not stress and don't try to do things that to accommodate me or anything like that. Again, there's some people who teach art and stuff like that you have to follow their method. It's just not. I'm not interested in that. Now I feel like the balance of that head can be pushed over a little bit. And then I'm going to read comments here in chat. I'm going to flip this around. Valley Dweller already posted. Hi, Toxic. How are you? Welcome back. What that leg do? That leg be legging. Now, Jack Azzolo, if you had to prioritize any of our new social media channels, just in terms of like where you want to have the most success right away, where do you think that would be? I'm going to erase those legs really quick. I don't generally erase that stuff, but let's erase them. Hi, Davies. Dumpy, how are you? It's not the most dynamic pose. I feel like we're missing a little bit. Now, an observation is that the front part of the shoulder is sort of hitting right there. Yeah, Emily, if you would like to, the daily stream warm up would be a good place for it. Yes, that's the weirdest thing you've said on this stream. Imagine being able to scribble and perfectly drawn person comes out. Well, that's not me. That is not me. Okay, so some observation. So this shoulder oval is closer to the camera, so we're able to see sort of that curve right there. Now, because his chest is covering up that other side, we're just going to kind of put that shape in, sort of what we did with Silent Spew's piece yesterday. So you can't see the inner portion of the shoulder because this part of his chest is covering it. Now he's got his abs that are coming down. Again, good for this guy. And then here's his back, sort of as it flows down. That head, we just kind of keep whittling away at it. And we can come up with a good method too to try to visualize that head shape. No, I know I got a couple of messages from some folks before stream today. I've not had a chance to respond or review anything. Again, right before I got on, my printer scanner copier thing just completely died, putting me in a massive scramble. So I've not been on Discord this entire afternoon or on Instagram. So if I'm missing messages and things like that, just give me a day or two, and I'll be able to catch up. I hope, perhaps. Now that arm is flopping away a little bit right here. We probably got about 1 minute left on the clock, if that. I feel like the second one is just way less stiff than the first one was. And then I'm going to put the shape down for the foot. It still doesn't feel like it's got a lot of juice to it. There's something that it's really missing. My observation skills is probably the main thing that it's missing right now. Just doesn't feel like it's not exactly the same pose, but it doesn't feel like it's ultra close. Okay, so I'm gonna get that put in. So maybe it's some width on the shoulders here. Maybe it's puffing out that chest just a little bit.
Holy shit! Anthony fucking Wheeler!
Hi, Lizzie. Lizzie, how are you? I just want to be obnoxious and say hello. Hi. Hello, Lizzie. I referenced you in a video today on Instagram that may or may not have posted, Lizzie. I said last week on our figure drawing session, somebody gave me the double birds. You're, in fact, that somebody. I'm going to put in that rib cage yesterday. That was a really great tip from Princess PJs. And there's that ear right there. Did I see that animal skipped his Zumba class for this? Weight is more on that left foot? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's a good observation. Just kind of keep whittling away. This leg isn't. All right, that's the time. If you want, you can start getting these posted up in the Discord. I'll give everybody a second here. I'm going to put this leg. Did you just give me the double birds again? I'm going to catch up on comments here. Again, I apologize. This is, to have 8 minutes on the clock is a little bit different. But again, I think that the fun thing about doing this and just limiting your time, this is pose number 1 and this is pose number 2. Pose 1 clearly just feels really tight. This feels really tight too. But this much more so. This is where I'm trying to roadmap everything. This is where I'm starting just to try to feel my learned skills for all the rest of my figure drawing. The next thing I would do after this one is flip it. I would flip the image and I feel like it would get better. Big Weird Animal, if you would like just to do Zumba right now, please do so. Yeah, Toxic, you've not missed anything. Lizzie, thank you again for these birds. Lizzie, I'm good. Today was a bit of a stressful day, like an unnecessary stressful day. I was scanning a bunch of stuff and my scanner just completely melted, like just won't connect to anything. No amount of Ethernet cords or Wi-Fi compatibility will make my scanner work. And so it took me like an hour and a half. Then Kelly had to pull away from something that she was doing to help us try to find a new scanner that was affordable. And it was just, it's not fun. It's like the days that you plan things and then stuff just does not work. You know what I mean? Did you turn it off? I did, and I unplugged it. I unplugged the router, I unplugged the computer, I unplugged the printer, and nothing worked. What that rib cage do? It looks tight, hot damn. No, I can't, that's not a joke I can make. Hi, Sweepy. Yeah, Sweepy, like every Wednesday for this next month, we're gonna be doing this. How are you? It's good to see you. Yeah, damn you, technology. Hey, Kevin, what's up, man? And Kelly, I did update the driver. Yep. Hi, Joshua. Suck to troubleshoot when there's something goes wrong, 100%. And there's no one to talk to. That printer, scanner, copier, faxer is so old. But it's just never failed me. It's never failed me, man. Let's go into the Discord. We go through really fast. Again, the poses are all in there. This is the daily stream warm-up category. If you guys continue to enjoy this exercise, you just got to let us know because we can, we can continue to do these every week. But if people are like, I'm good, we can always stop too. Here's Jeremy's. Really great balance from the point of the nose all the way down to the foot. That's something that mine doesn't have really great. What is this cartoon, Jesse? You can't see it. It says, "Sweet Lord Jesus." Outstanding. Outstanding. Here's Princess PJs. That is really, that cartoon Jesse. Really good. Really good. Yay, Kevin. Do you like everything? How does it look, man? Give me your unvarnished opinion. Are you happy with it? I love how many poses that Sarah got out. I'm going to try to get out as many of these on the next round. Good work. And look at his abs. Look at his washboard abs. Here's Charles. Dude, this is really good. This is really good. Charles, one thing I would suggest is, and again, we're all working in our own style and our own things. Think about where the center line of his chest hits. If you move that over slightly to the right, it's going to feel like that portion of the body is moving that direction. But I love the detail that you're putting on these, man. Here's Jack, all bannered kind. The classic Marvel scribble method. Sweepy, what are you up to? Are you streaming today? I love this exercise. Want to be clear, I love this exercise. Emily likes them but doesn't participate. That's okay. Emily, could you do all of these poses as a sock puppet? Mal, I saw that you're at 200,000. Soon. Jack, those are great. It's the best laugh I've had all day. I thought about canceling the stream because I was so stressed out. That's the best. Here's Dazzly Pants. Good work, man. I think your head tilt is vastly superior to what I was doing. Like it really feels like there's good energy there. I can't believe she got me. Can't believe she got me. Haven't blocked out the time. That's fair. Here's Jay. God damn, man. God damn. Your construction on this is really good. Jay, if you're on one of these, I want you to do like a fast, loose Jack style scribble. I want energy. I want to see what happens. You combine some of that with this construction, dude, you're not going to fail at all, man. God, you're so good. Here's Laura. Laura, did you give us this? Look at how well detailed the face is. And again, hey, Hug. I think this is awesome, just starting with one component that you really want to work on. For me, it's the pose, but if somebody really wants to work on the face, or maybe somebody wants to work on abs, then just work on those things. Don't you dare shrug your arms at this one, Laura. Laura in 8 minutes did pretty close to photorealistic on the face there. Here's Dana Ghoulbreath. I like how wide he is, Dana. And again, I love that you're doing your symmetry lines so you can see what's parallel to each other. Hey, Miguel. Miguel, if I don't say it enough, thanks so much for hanging out every day. I appreciate you, dude. Stream now rated R, whatever the hell that is. Here's Glate. Glate's playing. Guys, again, if you don't know our friend Glate, she's been super busy here lately. But she is just an incredible painter, illustrator. Beautiful. And again, I really like how that front arm is closer to the camera. You can really tell that it's closer to the camera. And you've got really good balance from nose down to the bottom of the foot. This motherfucker, this guy. Jack, or not Jack, Hug, I've been saying that I've been trying to figure out how you paint like this. Do you start with a silhouette and then paint white? Or do you just line, erase? Like, how do you build all your value up? Unreal. She wanted to work bust up yesterday. Yeah, we need a free Garg emote for right now, don't we? Popping off the bat to the kiddo. Later, Tony. Mark, thank you again. It's good to see you. Delightful work. Here's Lissa Bailey. Lissa's got a 7-year-old participating. Honestly, such good style, right? Such good style. You're killing it, kiddo. You're killing it. And look at Mama. Again, just incredible balance from top of head down to the bottom. The muscles are all articulated really well. And again, part of the reason that we make sure that the models are all clothed is because I do know that kids want to play and stuff. Here's Alf. Ooh, I really like that you got the shadow in the shorts. I did not even bother with shorts on mine. My guy ain't got no shorts, but he doesn't have anything to cover up either. He's smooth as a Ken doll. I like how wide the shoulders are too. Here's Sharn. Only had about 2 minutes. Just imagine if you had 6 more minutes. Like, how solid is this figure too? Your feet are much better grounded than both of mine were. Justice for Garg, exactly. Justice for Garg. If you guys don't know, our buddy Garg got suspended off of Twitch yesterday for having a fully clothed illustration of a body part. It just defies all manner of understanding compared to what is on other portions of this website. And I know it's on other portions of the website because Greenberg keeps sending to me people I should follow. I'm just like, geez, man. Here's a more dialed in one from Princess. Is anatomically correct as Ken doll, right? Yeah. Hi, Peaches and Pancakes. Peaches, we're going to go look at your updated Hot Demon Babe, but my lord. Yeah, Elf, things do look like they're clicking. Princess, this is great. Really good. Also, of all the things for Garg, exactly, that's what I'm saying. And then here's Jesse. Again, Jesse, you've got one of the best jokes for this week. Yeah, she can't hang out either. Yeah, she's off the platform for this week. She'll be back next week, but it's weird. It just doesn't make sense. Also, Anthony Wheeler, Instagram finally post. Okay, sweet. Heck yeah. Awesome. I'm gonna put the next pose up. And I am going to give 10 minutes on this one, just because I'm also going to pop in and go share my Instagram that just got posted from Forward. So let me put 10 minutes on the clock on this one, because we're just going to take another minute or two. 10 minutes on the clock.
10 minutes. Counting down.
Thank you, Siri. Cool. Cool. So shiny. Peaches, how are you? All right, so if you guys go over to Instagram and you follow Chaotic Draw Along, perfect. So that same post that we were talking about earlier is over here. Matt, is this meant to be? Oh, wow. Look at me stretched out. Matt, is this meant to be a reel or is this meant to be a 5x7? How stretchy Anthony looks. I look skinnier in this one. Drive and don't say awful things about me. I would never. I would never. Yeah, I'll figure out how to be a collaborator. I think I have to get on my phone to be a collaborator. Why is it stretched? Yeah. Is it meant to be a reel or is it meant to be a feed post? Peak hypocrisy. I agree, Nihilist. It's pretty bizarre. We've got 42 people following the draw along. Yeah, that whole post is super stretched, Matt. Oh man. It could just be part of the gremlins in the system, right? Okay. I posted 916, but it's still stretched. I think it's because it's a feed post, Matthew. I think it's because it's a feed post in 9x16. I think that's why it is. I think if you're going to post it in feed. Did you post from your phone or did you post from the browser? It's 100% the gremlins. Hi, Vic Secret. All right, I'm going to start working on this pose. I'm going to start up at the top. I'm going to try to keep things really loose. I feel like that last one just got really, really tight. Notice how you see her front shoulder, front arm, but you really don't see her back shoulder. I'll talk about how I'm going to deal with that here in a quick second. I'm just imagining how Garg and maybe Princess PJs would sort of like chunk down their kind of action lines on their arms and things like that. And then I'm going to try to do a little bit more of that here. Now I'm going to visualize the pelvis part here. When I draw the pelvises, I know it sounds silly to talk about, but I'm kind of envisioning that even if they don't have underwear or swimsuits on, I envision that that's the shape. And typically the top part of this is like right where the belly button's going to go. And it kind of just helps me, again, I'm a kid of the 80s and I had G.I. Joe guys and you'd always take their legs off. And so their pelvises were just like these perfect, like these perfect like swimsuit pieces. And it just helps me kind of figure out where all this stuff is supposed to go. So that's kind of how I visualize stuff. My biggest problem with all of this stuff is grounding the feet to the ground. Great job, Anthony. You did an excellent job explaining that you don't know how to ground things to the ground. My God, you muppet. Just, I swear to God. Okay, I need to move faster because I'm going to start to overthink some of this. And this is what I was saying to Jay earlier. Jay's construction is is vastly superior to anything I can construct. And I think if Jay So Fluffy matches some of his incredibly strong construction, and on one of these pieces does a really gestural movement pose, I think it's going to be skill set unlocked and something that we're all going to yell at him for. This one, I also chose this one because the head is looking down, and that is such a difficult thing to draw. And if the head is tilted down, the ears are going to be up higher on the head, just the way that we're visualizing. I lost the balance. I totally lost the balance. Again, this is why I leave the head to the very last, because you see what I'm able to do is I'm able to then just sort of draw this a little bit darker and push. Now I'm noticing too her shoulders up a little bit higher. Let's consider too that our elbow is probably going to hit just a little bit below our rib cage on quite a few humans, but not all humans, right? So I'm actually going to change the length of the arm that I had here. Mine's still a little bit too long, but that's okay. This thing completely out of balance from where the head is. And how do I fix that? I can push the top part out. I can give her a more arched back. I can give better balance to the butt. And maybe make things a little bit more curvy. That foot this foot is going to have to come back this direction. Because we need something that's going to kind of ground us over here. So something like that. This head then can move a little bit closer this way. And we can just continue to tilt down. It's this whole concept of just kind of like kind of building things up. It's almost like if you're just adding clay to things, but then you realize something, you got to peel away just a little bit of clay. I'm going to flip the pose and just kind of cruise over this way. Again, here's my collarbone. Here's the bottom of the chest. Here's the arch for the back. Here's her stomach. I'm going to draw down her swimsuit. I'm going to put that leg right there. Now notice how much more arched this back is. So then I'm going to push that leg way more like that. Now, because we've got so much energy falling over this way, I'm going to move the head forward a little bit. And again, you can't see that other shoulder. This one's okay. It's still missing just a little bit of the magic. Again, I don't say that I'm good at this stuff either. So I know a lot of the stuff, but the practice of it is I'm not great at all of it. So it's easier sometimes to say stuff than to do stuff, and that's kind of the phase that I'm in with this particular thing. But man, I'm having a ton of fun. One thing I want to talk about is the relationship between these two shoulders. Again, if we visualize this as a rectangle that then turns into a very skinny cereal box style cube. I am sweating profusely right now. Again, what I want to say is that this shoulder is so visible because it's the closest thing to the camera. Now, on the other side of the cereal box right there, and again, the top portion here is where her chest is. You can't see that other shoulder very easily. You can see just basically the hint of the top part of the shoulder muscle, but that's honestly just about it. And so if you get hung up at all just in terms of the gesture, think about how the shapes would be overlapping each other, and just think about simple shapes like cubes and spheres, and how this sphere is in front of this cube, and then this sphere is behind it. And you're just able to see sort of that tiny portion. I'm going to cut. I'm actually just going to use this illustration right here, this little thing, to try to follow just a little bit more of this. I'm going to take my sweatshirt out. I am, it's like, I don't know, it's like 65 degrees here right now, and the sun is blaring into my window, and I am sweating. Now look, that head, there's better balance over that head. Posted from phone on feed, it's showing square on my phone. Zuckerberg can go Zuckerberg himself. It's tough. It's tough. Princess, have a good one. Hi, Angst. I so need to get a different pencil. You know what I would do, Toxic? Oh my God, I'm warm. Hey, Ross. You know what I would do? Use a pen. Use something completely different. The other method that I talk a ton about is using pens and pencils and papers that are just so different than what your finished work ends up being. That way we get unstuck out of our heads. We don't think too much about kind of how all these things are. We don't labor the details, basically, unless you really need to labor the details. I'm going to do something like what Jay So Fluffy was doing earlier. So notice that I've got a little sphere, or excuse me, a little cylinder for the neck. We've got our sphere right here, and this is where the bottom of the eyes are going to go. Timer's up. I'm going to open up our cylinder right here, and that's where our elbow is going to hit. I'm going to have another open cylinder right here as it's going towards the body on the hip right there. And again, last part here, where it's sitting near the pelvis, I'm just going to make that a circle. You can see very clearly that there's sort of an open portion of a funnel right here. And that this pelvis shape right here, the swimsuit shape, is we talked about this last week, but it's basically it's kind of like an upside down house, or maybe a home plate, if you like baseball. But that shape is really just like this. Maybe like a big top for a circus. And then if you just added three-dimensionality to it, you're just opening that portion, or maybe curving that portion a little bit. This is also Superman's chest symbol, that shape right there. And again, this is a really easy one to sort of co-op and use for that pelvis. Works pretty easily, especially once you figure it out. I'm jealous it's 89. My God, I would leave that place immediately. I'm not a hot weather guy. I like cool weather. I like sweater weather. I'm going to pop into the Discord, Roz. I hope you're having a good day, man. Did I not mention the snow? I saw that you mentioned snow. From Hawaii to snow. Unfair. Maldonado's got the pose in there. Here's Karina. So you nailed the head. You absolutely nailed the head. All of these proportions are way good. Also, look at the tilt. I'm grumpy with you in the nicest way. Is that you've got really good symmetry between the collarbone and the bottom of her chest, but then you're also picked up on something that I did not do. That the pelvis is up higher a little bit, so the parallel line shifts and then moves this way. Gosh dang, good work. Yes, man. Look how smooth and gestural this is. Hi, Art Lover. Art Lover, we're looking at JSO Fluffies. This is gorgeous. Reminds me of Adam Hughes and Frank Cho, which two of my faves. Thanks for letting me participate. Last one. Please don't be the last one. Please don't be the last one. Hi, Carlandia. I love the way that leg pops out. Emily is a complete menace. Complete and utter menace. Here's Jack, all binnered, kindered. Yeah, the little tiny guys in the back are great. Look at the way that the head is tilting down. I like too on the second one, the second big one, how you have the head moved a little bit, where that pose is going to work better for you. I like that you're really drawing in a pen. These are all awesome, man. Again, I just love how gestural and built up they feel. Her legs are so long, said Valley Dweller. Some of us would kill for long legs. Yeah, really good balance on this too. Again, this feels really fun. You guys all paid really careful attention to the foot. I really struggled with that on mine. I posted the finished Griffin. That's awesome, Art Lover. How do you feel about it? Here's Fred's. Scribble, scribble. Again, I like these guys in the back here. I like too that you're adding in your shadow. This feels very realistic. If I can Frank Cho, yeah. I struggled to do one. He does like 5. Yeah. You know, Jesse, it's age and experience sometimes. That's kind of sometimes a great combination. Yeah, this feels really natural, Fred. Here's Sharns. Yeah, so OG on the left, and then the push on the right. I fucking love the push. The push is ultra sexy. That's great. I'm going to try to stop swearing, by the way, too, especially if there's little ears. The push is awesome. Connecticut, I see. Yeah, Lisa Bailey sees. This is cartoon Jesse. My God, your little adorable avatar cannot. Please never stop doing your adorable avatar. Legs for days. Yep. I love how much you stretched her out. I mean, she is one of the tallest women in the world, and that's a compliment. I just love how long those legs are. Feet are hard, especially when reference images usually crop them out. Yeah. But Cartoon Jesse did a great job on the feet. I do such cartoony stuff, and this is something we were talking about the other day, Art Lover, is that when I'm doing super cartoony stuff, I kind of lose the natural proportions, and I forget how to ground certain objects to other objects. Here's our 7-year-old buddy, Kira, just killing it. My gosh, she is so good. I think you're gonna stop swearing every day. I know. I just know there's kids listening right now. Ah! Don't swear, children. Kira is so good. Yeah, LFB. That's why we have to call her LFB, because I can't say it all the time. Sir, I see it. I see it, Matthew. I see it, Matthew. Wonderful. I love on this one, compared to Cartoon Jessie, is that there's really great emphasis in the upper body, and that the legs really feel super cartoony and really beautiful. She's all smiles. Good. She deserves it. Here's Dana. Yep. You got all your landmarks down. I really like this set of poses. This one feels like you're starting to get into your comfort zone too, Dana. You got all your construction. I love all your wedge shapes as they sort of connect in. I know it's kind of silly to zoom in like this, but you can also see that Superman shape right there too. And again, you picked up on the angle of it that I didn't. So yeah, if that pelvis ever gets kind of too confusing, just think about Superman's shield and then kind of morph it to that area. Ah, here's Laura. Oh, Laura, this is wonderful. That hand, my gosh. That is a well-trained hand. No, do swear, it's fun. And little kids swearing is hilarious. That is such a good hand. Here's brushing. Hi, brushing. I don't want to make a big deal if you would like anonymity today, but it's good to see you. How are you? Awesome. High fives, friend. It's been a bit. Oh, I'm such a fan of your work. I've got a piece of yours up on the wall. I'm a lurking. That's cool. I don't want to make it awkward by just, calling you out. But hi, it's awesome to see you. This is great. You really picked up on the shape of that head. And then your hatching's just wonderful. Too late. I know. I'm sorry. I think in the moment, okay? Hi, Dr. Ogres. So many months. What's up, Wheelerverse? Hi, Dustin. Thank you for the 20 months, man. How are you? It's great to see you, dude. Here's Charles. Yeah, look at the multiple components. Super flowy. How small are these, Charles? Just swear respectfully, says Carlandia. I love the pink on the line work. Good work, man. 7 out of 5, no notes. Here's Toxic. Toxic was napping. Ah, Toxic, those hips are gorgeous. Those hips are absolutely gorgeous. I can really see the push pose in number 1, and I can see the balance in number 2. Melding those two together, I think you're going to have absolute fire. Here's Hugs. Yep. God dang, man. Ah, these proportions are great. You really picked up on the shoulder being up high, which again is something that I did not do. I need to fix that. I'm fixing mine right now. I just fixed mine. Dustin, appreciate you, man. Here's Water Plop. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Did you even do construction lines? Emily, goodbye. Appreciate you. Did you even do construction lines? You just go straight in? Sad I can't play along. Aw, it's just good to see you though, dude. The VOD will be up if you get bored, but not obviously. Otherwise, the images are going to be in the Discord too. So good. Here's Alf. I love how pushed that arm is. I love when we cartoon and caricature that you take a moment, a thing, and really push it. I love that. Now, Elf, it'd be really fun to do another pose of that character with super long legs and a shorter arm. I just love that. It's a tough pose. It is. The next pose are going to be all about volume. So we've got 2 volume poses coming up. I missed you this. This is Davies. Davies is getting the head going. Discord doesn't show me most images. Why not? That's weird. Why wouldn't that happen? This is well constructed. This is really great construction. And then here's Animal. Heck yeah, dude. Big weird animal who's missing a Zumba class right now. I like how you have the other hand on the hip. Like I didn't even bother drawing mine. Good work. Now you should draw a green bag in the same pose. And then here's Lely. Hi, Lely. How are you? I tried troubleshooting it. That's weird. Again, you picked up on the thing that I didn't. Just that combination of how that shoulder is up above her face. Challenge accepted. Hi, Anton. It's great to see you. How's your afternoon? Good work, Lely. It feels like a really good volume, really good cartoony volume. All right, so this is where I got. I would say if I had to rate mine, I would probably say like it's a 6 out of 10. The things that I think I missed were the connection here and pushing this, getting the symmetry like Dana Goulbreath did. I definitely missed out sort of on how this shape is really pushing up this way. And I feel like the balance is pretty mediocre. Things that I could do to fix it: pushing this head forward a little bit, pushing this leg back a little bit, shortening this knee, and then doing this. I think that starts to solve some problems. But I probably wouldn't get there without looking at your guys' pieces. Hi, Outsider. Where do we submit our nude ones? Those would go in the 18 plus, or you would send them to my personal home address, and I'll look at them later. In the meantime, before the next pose goes up, Jack Azzolo just got our Chaotic Draw Along video posted to Instagram. If you missed it, here's this reel. I told you that there was a box, and that box contained 300,000 combinations of weird, bizarre, fun, and chaotic things to make, create, and draw. Hey, I'm Anthony. I'm the creator of the Chaotic Draw Along. I've made it a mission over this last couple of years to help people get back to their childhood. I think it's all about unlocking that fun, imaginative potential. The Chaotic Draw Along started as a Friday live stream event where hundreds and hundreds of artists would get together, draw thousands of bizarre illustrations based on fun prompts, but everyone wanted a play-at-home version, so we've done that. Yeah, this is both a creative tool and a party game for weird people. Have you ever drawn a buff baby wearing a championship belt? All right, we've already seen all this. But yeah, if you guys are down, Chaotic Draw Along over on Instagram, that's our new site. We're going to be updating this a couple times a day. A lot of your guys' art is going to go up on here. I know Kelly and the team has been asking for people for permission and stuff like that. If you post your Chaotic Draw Along stuff, you can tag me and Chaotic Draw Along. So at Anthony Wheeler and at Chaotic Draw Along. And if you're sharing on Instagram, that gives us access to be able to reshare all of your stuff too. For people who have participated with Discords and stuff like that, we're asking for permission and making sure that you guys are cool that we repost. If we accidentally repost something that you would like taken down, please ask us and we'd be happy to comply. We try to get it as much of it right as we can. Sometimes we get it wrong. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, we're starting this account from scratch. And it's going to be a really good exercise of what it's like to start kind of a business account where I'm kind of front and center, but I'm not the thing driving it. So I'm really interested to see what's going to happen. So yeah, brushing, really awesome observation on how forward she was. I didn't see it like that. I give you permission for nothing. Let's do one more pose and let's pop in and take a look at the Silent Spoons challenge. I'm going to put 6 minutes on the clock for this one just because we took a little bit of extra time on the last. Oh, I didn't draw. I'm just posting nude. Well, you definitely then send me those photos. Okay? You then send me those photos. All right. 6 minutes on the clock.
6 minutes.
Yeah. So for me, for this one, I really wanted to get to this pose. I love the volume on this guy. I love how high his pants are. Excuse me. Again, when I'm holding the pencil, I'm holding it way back here. I'm going to start with my circle shape. Similar to what I suggested with Charles earlier, is really visualize where you think the center of his chest is. Center of chest, center to his belly button. I'm going to try to do some observation here. I see his collarbone. I see his shoulder right there. Now his pants are up really high, so I'm just going to kind of draw like a big underpants Superman shape. That front leg that's closer to the camera is really the thing that's stabilizing him, I guess is the way that I'm looking at it. So kind of a big shape right there. his front leg, the bottom portion of his leg is pushed back just ever so slightly. Again, so we have a bit of an overlapping shape. But again, I don't want to get too stuck in the details. I want to get the form down. I can already see what I need to change. I can already see what I need to change. Yeah, Kelly had this pose last week, and I added the Adam Sandler lookalike. But I love this one. I love the form of sort of the curves of his body. Which again, when you're talking about figure drawing, you can say stuff like that. I can't just go to Natural Grocers and be like, "Hey man, I like the curves of your body." I think you have to ask for permission for stuff like that. You know what I mean? Okay, that other shoulder is way missing. Can't really see it, nor that portion of the arm. And then here is our cylinder shape. And then he's super proud, right? He's standing very tall, very proud. Anthony loves talking about the tip. I'm not trying to. Zoltan, I promise you'll get a new book. I promise you'll get a new book. Yeah, cool. I am then going to flip over the pose, and I'm going to try to draw it ultra cartoony. And I'm going to play with proportions too. Again, guys, thanks for hanging out. We're going to do this every Wednesday through April. And then again, if people are just enjoying what we're doing here, we'll then continue to have other challenges every Wednesday. And those challenges are going to be teaching and observation moments. We don't know what to call it yet, though. Kelly and I were trying to figure out, like, what would we call kind of a Wednesday hangout art session? A lot of people use, like, study hall and stuff like that. I don't want to do anything that anyone else has done. Drawing figures on the internet is a thing that other people have done, by the way. But I want to have it kind of be all on its own. Obviously, we want to launch the Level Up Club, and we want that to be a big deal. So we could, try to tie that back into there. Okay, this is not as cartoony as I thought it was going to be. Whip It Wednesday? Whip It Wednesday? Isn't that a drug reference? I can handle that. I can handle that. Okay, not as cartoony as I wanted to. So I'm going to take this pose that I'm doing right now, and I'm going to try to really push. So notice too, we've got some parallel lines in terms of where his shoulders are. His collarbone is coming down this way. You've got the bottom part of his chest. Here's the back portion of his back. I've now made him kind of tilt back a little bit. He's got a really proud neck. Proud meaning he's standing very tall. He's got a really good silhouette sort of around his neck. I think my favorite poses last week, and same thing this week. I really like the poses where the humans look like humans and don't look like our buddy Dakota, who's here, who's just strong and muscly and ab filled. Now this head can come up a little bit further. Again, that's why I like to leave the head part for last. And we get really good tilt. Something from an animation. I love too this connection between just how straight this back leg could be. We can also put in the form for the legs a little bit more. Yeah, this probably feels to me like the most comfortable, natural, cartoony pose. I'm going to do one more tiny little one. Working it with Wheeler? Working it with Wheeler? Can we call it controlled chaos? Wheeler's wisdom? But the thing is I don't have all the wisdom. Wheelie barrelin'? Definitely in draping skills. I suck at clothing and draping. Yeah. So, Laura, I can't remember if I was streaming. All right, the timer's up. I'll give you another second or two because this one was a little bit shorter. Laura, there was a time when on stream, sort of early on, where I was doing a bunch of like 1950s lady poses because of the drapery and figuring out how kind of everything. Those lessons, those lessons that I was doing for myself were massive unlocks for me. So I think we could absolutely add that into the mix. Drapery is really tough. All right, those are my two. Hi, Doomsack. Who's doing whippets? Yeah. Wheeling Wednesday. Level up skills. Little level up. Make drawing up yours. Hey guys, my name is Anthony. Welcome back to Make Drawing Up Yours. How about something to do with grinding? If we talk about grinding, Cortland, and then I show all these beautiful models off, then I think people are going to be very confused. Free Wheelering Wednesdays, Wheeler's Workshop. That's kind of fun. We can have like a little workshop set. Wheeler's Warm-Up. Sounds like something from the adult film industry. Really? Like what part? Do you have any links? Wheelie Fun Wednesdays. Sold. Last we left the Discord, we had this gorgeous post from Lely. Now I find that there's an even more gorgeous post. Whoops. From my friend Bossy Mel. do you we're not putting WAP. Do you also notice that this is in the same outfit? Hold on. The same outfit from Silent Spoons from yesterday? Lydia, you absolute maniac. And you're not getting banned for that. I look too good to get banned, okay? My eyes, Gemini, look closer. Sorry. Here's Nancy. Hi, Nancy. Nancy, this is gorgeous. I really love how the cylinder, the cylinder of her pelvis versus the cylinder of her midsection. How you can tell that those are two different shapes. One's moving this way. One's moving the other way. Good work, Nancy. How are you? That's just scary. Anton, you're rude. You know what? Anton, because of this is going to be my new overlay. God damn it. Why did you have to draw my shoulders so hairy? Here's Jax. Here's classic man. Here's classic Fuggin. Jack's got these characters called Fuggins and beautiful. Jack, you might need a Fuggin who's also an artistic male model. Here's Sharn. Sharn says, nope. Why are we noping this one? You did really good. Why are we noping? I love it here. Yeah, we love having you, Bossy. Wheeler's Wednesday Wheelhouse. WWW. Yeah, there's nothing else called WWW. Not anymore, right? Sharn, why are you noping that one? Yeah, good work, Jay. Good work. Next, it'll be a Wet Meow Chow t-shirt contest. We could do that in May. Pleasant break from all that. Nancy, what's keeping you super busy? Good work, dude. Really strong parts. Like the way that the chest flows into the belly, like that all feels like it's a three-dimensional thing, right? Here's Valleys. Great pose. Looks like the start of a statue. Tony's training time. And then we have like a little training montage, like where I'm standing at the boxing thing. And I'm working hard. Did not enjoy. You didn't like that one? You'll like the next one. Hi, Kayleen. Yay! Good pose. Again, I can totally see that egg shape for his chest. How you really followed that. Strong parts. Strong parts. I've been released from parenting duties by my husband. Was that preceded with court papers, or is that he's just going to take the kids for the night? Business Pinterest, which has been challenging. I've never tried to do one of those. Oh, Nancy, that's tough. Art lover, rad. Here's Kira, age 7. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at his arms. What does it say right there? Does it say Kira's invention? Now, Kira, do me a version where we stretch his arms all the way around his body and tie his arms into a knot. Like that. Please? Lisa Bailey said training wheels. That could be fun. That's kind of fun. The only thing I don't want to do is A, pretend I'm the expert, and B, have anything that would talk down or make any, I don't know how to word it. So that has to be my two components. Training wheels is fun. Lisa, this is wonderful. I love that. I love the proportions of this, and you really nailed his tiny little ankles. Here's Charles. Gorgeous shading on this. She reluctantly said okay, but with big eyes. Anthony wearing sweatbands and leg warmers. That's kind of what I was getting at, Peaches, but I couldn't think of the way to word it. Bring back the leotard? Hey, it's always on under my clothes. I've always got one on. You're training too. Yeah, no, I really like the way that works. Training wheels is not a bad thing. I think we could co-op that one. I'm just hiding in the bedroom while the 1-year-old loses his marbles. Do you hide in your closet from your kids? Charles, great work. No beef Wednesday. Where's the beef? Not here. Charles, think about that front leg. Push that shadow over a little bit further to the left, and then that leg, which is closest to the camera, will perceive or be a little bit bigger. And that guy's going to be super balanced. Here's Toxic. Again, Toxic, I love just that you jumped in 2 feet in yesterday and recruited your friend. Excellent poses on both of these. Good work. Good work. Strong. And you can see the top section again. That's a really great landmark. The bottom of his chest, because a lot of the other shapes sort of flow off of that, kind of like J So Fluffies. Here's Lely. Yeah. This is great. Lely, I bet you can draw an incredible centaur. Like this feels like he legitimately feels like the front part of a centaur. I'm sorry. He looks wonderful. Here's Hugs. The value. I just keep sighing deeply. I used to hide in the toilet. Yeah. My wife hides in the closet sometimes. Training whales. You're sniping. I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, for real? No, you're doing great. You're doing great. The big thing that I would suggest on these sniping is think about when you're standing tall and proud, that your head is pretty much over your feet. And that if your head is further back this way, then you're going to fall this way. If your head is further forward, you're going to fall forward. And so on any and all of these poses, if we're doing standy poses, think about getting your head kind of above, straight line down to where the feet are going to go. If the feet are stretched really wide, then you can kind of find a middle section there. If the feet are really tight together, and the arms aren't doing anything crazy, then try to get your head right over those 2 tiny little feet. Now, keep in mind, like circus performers, people who are on the high wire act, they can stick their arms out, and then that can change your balance a little bit. So like if my upper body is going a little bit this way, my lower body is going that direction, and then you can still have a really good line of balance. Heck yeah. Keep attitude. That's exciting. A centaur? No way. No. It looks like the front part of a centaur. It looks like Mr. Tumnus as he gets older. I promise you. He's 100% in a centaur stance. That's what I'm saying. Here's Brushing, who's hiding in the closet right now. Hey, it's Tony 2 Foot here, sharing all your arts and your farts from all over the world. Why do you have to do that to me, Peaches and Pancakes? You know I'm going to read anything that you write. Yeah, this is really nice. I really like how you have the face down. Couple more. Here's Jesse. What's your little character's name? Is this little Jesse? My tumnus is not a centaur. Now we're talking about people's tumnuses. Wait, wasn't Tumnus a fawn? No, I think he was a fan for sure. I don't know what he was. I remember when I was in second grade, the Baumgartners read all 7 of the books, all 7 of the C.S. Lewis books, and I just looked at them. I was like, how can you read? How can you read all of these books? Yeah, he was a fawn. Fine, great. Then he's not Mr. Tumnus, okay? Me. Yeah, you're right. No, he definitely was a fawn. What's the guy from Harry Potter? Tumnus, yeah. Who's the Harry Potter centaur? Yeah, it was Harry, exactly. Water pop, beautiful. Elf. Oh, I love how wide this is. You made it super wide. I really love that. The cartoony legs are great. Tony Twofoot here to offer you an exclusive deal on my pickle scent Tony Twofoot brand premium art erasers, so you can smell the hatred with every rub. And oh baby, can they rub. I ad-libbed that part. Fenzier, thank you. I couldn't think of Fenzier because why would I ever think of Fenzier? Alf, I really like this one. Harry was from Harry Potter. I thought it was clear. Oh. Here's Dana's. Dana, this one feels really natural in your style. Firenz. Firenz. Hi, Weasel. Yeah, this one feels super natural. Here's Lissa, artistic license and active listening. There's the knot body. Kira, you have absolutely met the objective of the challenge by turning his arms and tying his arms into a knot. Why would you gift a sub to a centaur? Sharn, that is your 99th gifted subscription. And you gifted it to Firenz, the hateful centaur from Harry Potter. Dumpy, this is lovely. Get wheelie good Wednesdays. Yeah, Kira did a good job. Fiorenzi, you uncultured swine. Is that how you pronounce it? Fiorenzi? Fiorenze! Sorry. How do I take this and then... This is Garg. Paulie, thank you for gifting a sub to Harry Potter. Firenza. Oh my God. Justice for Garg. Banyan. This is Garg. Garg is in the Discord right now. A Discord. My God. Jesus Christ. How is Garg still posting the Discord at this point? Unbelievable. Here's I wanted to recap really quickly. My God, I'm blown away. Garg, you are unreal. You guys know that yesterday we started a Draw This in Your Style based on this piece of artwork from Silent Spunes. This is a Demon Babe. This is Vox.
I'm Tony Wheeler.
What's up,
the
man?
characters
Smoke,
guy.
thank you.
Hey, you want to learn
Yeah,
to
I
draw?
quit
It's me, Tony. Hey,
She's too good. Yeah, exactly.
It's me, Tony.
Hi, Smoke.
I gotta draw today. You got your characters ready?
Yo, what's up, dude? It's so good to see you. I appreciate that, man. You've been so supportive of me and my stream for such a long time. I appreciate you, Smoke. How are you? How was your day? We're taking a look at our Silent Spoons Draw This in Your Style challenge. This is our Demon Babe. We got a whole bunch of people, but this is just kind of a quick recap of some of the pieces that came in yesterday. Polly, thank you for that. Thanks for gifting that sub over to Smoke. But yeah, I love your update on this, Toxic. Yeah, Polly and Sharon, thank you for the gifted subs. So good. We're gonna be doing a full showcase of the finished pieces next Tuesday at 5 Eastern. But man, just to take 1 second away from our little challenge today, just to acknowledge the goodness of all of this. Smoke, what were you up to today? I hope you had an awesome stream. I really love the background on this, Nicole. I can't wait to talk about that one. Here's Grumpy's. Oh man, Grumpy, love the flow. The really gorgeous flow of that hair. Love how you're really building up all of your line work too. Hi, Anna Lou. How's it going? Here's Peaches. Anthony Wheeler's Pickle Hell. Anthony Wheeler's Pickle Hell. Feels pretty appropriate. Feels pretty appropriate. Also, though, if this was going to be my plight, there's worse ways to go, you know? Worse ways to go. Again, we'll be highlighting all these finished pieces next week. God, the detail in that. God damn, so good. Here's Toxics. Again, I love that you're just updating the thread. Is this watercolor? She's shiny. Anna Lou, we're doing two different things today. We're highlighting our Draw This in Your Style challenge with Silent Spoons. We're also doing a figure drawing warm-up. We've got 3 more poses, and yeah. Sharon, again, I told you last night, this is just so gorgeous, and the curves are just to die for. And I love that you didn't put the nose on this one. Been a bit, was good stream. Food got finished. Belly won me over. What were you doing? What were you streaming today? Yeah, va. Exactly. That'll put somebody through puberty today. Here's Sarah Go. Toxic brought over Sarah Go yesterday, which was pretty great. Super. This looks really good. Reminds me of my friend Lizzie for some reason. Here's Chaos, sir. Gorgeous coloring. God, look at those two side by side. How cool is this? We're going to get the next pose up on the board here in a quick second. Here's Valley. Look at that. Such a different take on this. Gonna drop a lurk. Sounds good, brother man. I appreciate you, dude. Have a great night. And then here's Paperclip. Oh my God, I knew you would kill this one. How wonderful is this? Your lighting is gorgeous, and I love that you took the liberty with the hair and made the hair just as big as the overall top body. Reminds me a little bit of Adventure Time, just how absolutely huge the hair shape is. Curves are gorgeous. I love the tail. The tail was a really great addition. Good work. Good work. This is where I got to on mine. I learned a ton. And again, I got really great lessons from a lot of people here on stream. We kept carving and pushing. Princess PJ has really told me as I was struggling with the midsection to think a lot about where the rib cage is going to sit. So I added the rib cage in. I'll be able to erase it later if I don't want to keep it, but that really helped. I try to pay careful attention to the banding here on the lingerie, so we sort of knew the direction that everything was flowing. And then I love how flat this thing is. So yeah, I'll be working on this over the next couple of days. Next Tuesday's our showcase. Pretty cool. Let's turn this thing off. Let's turn our pose machine back on. Everyone's waiting. I should have just given you this one. I love this pose. I think this is actually the same model as last week. I'll put 8 minutes on the clock. 8 minutes. I love just...
Counting down.
Thank you, Siri. I love just how completely curvy this is. I really wanted to focus on how that front leg is coming towards the camera. You can't turn me off. what that tail do, Sharon, I forgot, I don't know if I said it, but I was shoveling a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month and a half ago at the latest, and I slipped and I fell on my tailbone. And that's happened to me twice in this last couple of years. And I don't know how many weeks it was. It still hurts really bad. Still hurts really bad. A couple things I'm noticing on this pose is I'm noticing that one shoulder is up a little bit higher. And then that hip is kind of following that same direction. I think so that left hip is up a little bit. So instead of talking about it, let's just draw. I'm going to draw it really small so I don't get lost in the details. Here's my center line of action. Collarbone. Here's the bottom. I wanted this one because I thought it reminded me a lot of doing that challenge with Spune. Here's her swimsuit. Here's that hip as it pops up. Here's that leg as it sort of comes closer. Now I'm going to miss some of the movement on the hip here, so I'm going to try to put that back into play. Now this leg is a little bit, I'm taking an artistic liberty, it looks like. That shoulder, it's kind of hard for me to see, but her chest is coming up a little bit like this. I'm going to add those arms on, or those shoulders. I'm going to draw that arm sort of coming right there. Now, again, I'm going to try to create a rule set that about right here is where I want those elbows to start to turn. She's got relatively long arms. And then she's got that right there. So then we're going to readjust right here. This shoulder is pinned down a little bit, and then that arm is sort of pinned like that. And then she's got her head, which is it's turned in this direction. I obviously drew the head really small, but again, we can just continue to size everything. I'm going to push that pose just a little bit. Let's try to draw it over here. I'm going to switch the direction. I'm going to put this down. I'm going to kind of scribble into the lower portion of her belly. I'm going to push that leg forward. This hip is back a little bit. Just going to kind of give a really rough idea of where that head is going to go. This shoulder, which everything is relatively kind of close to the camera. Then we can sort of see how that arm is going to link down. Now this feels almost like a little too athletic or a little too fit compared. So I want to bend this out a little bit. This one I'm going to switch over. I'm trying to do what Jack does, which is just absolutely flow from pose to pose. And again, I'm trying to get out of the overthinking mode of this. I'm going to draw that shape instead of kind of drawing that. I'm going to think about the belly a little bit differently on that one. The center of the underwear is kind of center of the screen. But yeah, I'm really paying attention to just how much pressure she's putting on her back leg. I don't think it's coming through though. I don't think it's really coming through the pose. And obviously this hip is just up way higher. I'm not even paying attention to where that hip's going. So let's keep whittling things away. This hip is down way lower, yet it's coming towards us. Am I getting there? Am I getting there? Do you have life alert? Sarcoxic sucks. Yeah, it's been a big problem, Sharon. It's been a really big problem. It's hard to sit. When we flew to California, sitting on the airplane, there's an airline where we live called Frontier, and years ago they took out the nice chairs to basically put in lawn chairs, and I don't know, I sit so much of the day right now too that I've really struggled. It sucked. And all you can do is just let it, let it rest or whatever. How are you guys doing on this pose? I love this. And again, this is ultimately where I want to take my cartooning. I want to be able to take, curves like this and really do something unique with it. And I love that. I think Kelly found this pose. And so I'm going to do what Princess PJ suggested the other day is I'm going to figure out where the rib cage is going to go. It's going to kind of be a landmark for me to figure that out, even though we wouldn't render the rib cage on this one, I don't think. I'm going to put that hand down. I wonder if you guys are just anticipating how good Garg is going to do this pose. I've not seen it, but I'm just assuming Garg is going to put all of you back through puberty. Because, dear Lord. Just another minute or two on the clock. We'll pop back in. I alt-tab back. I didn't notice the pain. I was shocked for half a second. Wheeler's pervin on a cute girl full Pooh Bear. That's a lot of words for me to read on screen. You probably have arthritis on your tailbone. It happens quickly. Is that generally from injury, Laura? It's the worst. Really helps my lower back, takes the pressure. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something. I've been in a lot of pain with it. Don't talk about Garg or I quit. I love that. Unreal. I'll pop back into the Discord here in a second. You guys still have a little bit of time. I'm just gonna draw the bottom portion of the legs and try to see if I can figure out how that leg is moving towards us in the composition. The knee is flexed and is slightly raised towards the camera, so that would be kind of an open cylinder like that. And then the bottom portion of the leg is open. So if I was good about this, I'd be able to figure out how to put a knee in there. And then her back hip, which should be up a little bit higher, that knee is about in that same spot. Timer just went off, so we'll pop back into the Discord. Sweet. You're from pregnancy? I definitely have not been through that. So mine's probably not that, right? Lurk, sounds good. Not like a freak, by the way. That's okay, Anna Lou. It would fit the tone of the stream, so it wouldn't be really that big of a deal. That's funny. Last we left the Discord, this was Cyber Technos on that last pose. This looks great, Nancy. Really love the shadows on here. Excellent. Both hands look really good, too. Kelly's got this pose in here. So again, daily stream warm-up. That's where you can see all this stuff. Here's spoons. Oh, yeah. Oops. Of course. Of course. Of course he sees it. He knows exactly. Hi, Shannon. How are you? You still got a couple of seconds here. You can get these things into the Discord. This will be our next Draw This in Our Style challenge. Right, Spoons? Here's Valley. Man, really compressed everything. Which one was first and which one was second? I love how squished this is. Reminds me of a character maybe from like a Paranorman or like a Leica. Just the squishiness of it. Here's Fluff. Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. I would say the form of her body looks really gorgeous. I think you could take that head, Jay, if you're open to a suggestion. Take that head, lasso it, pull it up just a tiny bit, and I think you have crushed. Here's Toxic. Gorgeous. Man, I love both of these poses. The one on the left is, or excuse me, the one on the right's really fun because it feels like it's got a little bit of extra cartooniness to it. I'm gravitating to the one on the right. Something about it. It's really cool. Here's Lely. Yes. Let me shrink it down so you can see a little bit easier. Small was second, fixing it. Yeah, I wondered. The second one felt much more stretched out. I really like, Lely, how you thought about that forearm being a cylinder that's coming towards the camera on that most forward arm. Good, really good. Be kind to customer service people. We're not trying to ruin your lives. Mal, has it not been good today? Oh, Charles. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm noticing the connection between those two legs. I think you really paid clever, careful attention to the leg placement. Good work, man. And the shadows look really gorgeous. Here's water plop. No beef bosses today, which is a bit of a disappointment, but something I can work through. How big is this? Water pop, do you tend to draw big or do you tend to draw small? Yeah, gorgeous flow to it. Here's brushing. Yeah. Yep. Do you ever see a piece and you're just like, yep. 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 10 inches? Wow. I would say the biggest sketch in this notebook right here of mine is probably 5. I wouldn't even call attention to it. It's interesting how short her arm is though, right? And that's probably because her chest is so big and there's so much weight to it. And again, it's weird to talk about stuff like this. But you can't sort of see where her rib cage is, but her rib cage is probably at the bottom of her chest. And so it's kind of difficult to get the right landmark. But also because it's behind the camera a little bit, it looks a little bit smaller on the reference photo. The arm that's closest to the camera looks much longer than the back one, which is interesting. Her head isn't as wide. One quick flip with a little bit of hair on the back, if you wanted to widen it out, would serve what you want, but I think it looks really good. I wouldn't even suggest anything. You also really nailed the leg shape, which is really tough. Here's Dana's. Yes. Again, it's just all about volume. All about volume. I'm looking at how, yep, and I really love how you have that one knee curved up, the other knee curved down. So you know exactly which leg is supposed to be doing what. I like too that you kind of push back her chest a little bit. So you see, it's almost like we're looking, the camera's pulled down just a little bit. The rib cage ends around her belly button. I think it's up a little bit higher than that, and I think part of her bosom is covering it. And I think too, some of that is because the rib cage tends to land a little bit higher than where your elbow, if you put your elbows down. But everybody's different. Here's Lys's page. My God. So arm length is probably still quite average. Yep. Look at all of these side by side. So good. LFB. Here's Hug. Good work, man. Good work. So good. Again, you just kind of figure things out and you help me see stuff that I wasn't seeing on mine. I'm really looking at the stomach, how you have the swimsuit part. Here's Sharn. Pose 1 and then pose 2. Obviously, pose 2 for me is like just cartoon. You silent spewed that one, didn't you? Here's cartoon Jessie. I like how cartoon Jessie is blushing in her piece, yeah. Jessie, this is really good. Jessie, how often do you do figure drawing like this? Because you're really quite good at it. Here's Elf. Fudge, yes. I did do a little blush. Elf, this is probably my favorite one out of your entire bunch. This one feels so strong in terms of the overall volume. Like everything feels three-dimensional. Really good. And the legs look just dynamite. Absolutely dynamite. Every one of you is an UGG. Yeah, I know, right? And then here's Art Lover. And again, if anybody's waiting to the end to do a big dump or anything like that, we'll show everything off sort of at the end here. Art Lover, really good. I like how that front leg is. You can really tell it's that front leg is levered up just a little bit. Have to go back to parenting. Sounds good, Brush. Appreciate you. It's good to see you. Awesome. Well, let's go into our final two poses here. Now we've been kind of going between 6 to 8 minutes on these ones. Let's do 6 minutes a pose. I did a bit. The second I said it, I was like, that sounds weird, but let's just kind of go with it. Let's do 6 minutes on these ones. Again, this is a really dynamic pose. 6 minutes.
6 minutes. Counting down.
I'm glad I'm not participating. No way. You would do so good at this. I usually do big dumps in the morning after coffee is what Bossy Mouse says. If I drank coffee, would my life change in that direction? Yeah, this pose is awesome. So I'm just going to start scribbling right now. I wanted this one because I wanted to show the silhouette. In animation and illustration, the more clear and crisp your silhouette is just the readability of a thing is vastly improved if your silhouette is really great. So for instance, if you filled this pose in with just black and put it on a white background, you'd be able to really figure out head, arms, legs, like everything would just look crisp. When you then illustrate that, and then fill in all those details, and get rid of all the black that we were just talking about, this is the kind of thing that people will look at on Instagram and just really pay attention to. Speaking of Instagram, I have to go in and approve that post to be a collaborator for the Draw Along post. So I'm going to do that right after I do this pose here. So again, body, pelvis, legs. This is where the rib cage is at, the bottom of the rib cage. So that's I'm going to try to think about kind of where his arm is going to be. We talked about it a ton last week. You can have your arms be as long or short as they need to be. You can have your proportions can be wild and crazy. And it's all about setting the rule for yourself. So if you set a rule and say, I'm always going to draw characters with tiny hands, as long as you follow your rule, no one's ever going to question it, ever. They just won't. But if you're doing a piece of art and you draw somebody with big hands and somebody with small hands, it'll be a thing that will start to get noticed. Just create whatever consistent sort of rule for your art, and you're going to be completely set. This is my standard pose. This one feels really pretty good. We can get the little hand back here. I don't know how that arm even works. How does that arm work? It's weird. That's really weird, that arm back there. Let's push this though. So let's go faster. Again, we got a little bit less time on this clock. So I'm going to push this. I'm going to move a little bit more of the energy there. So I'm going to use that scribble method, what I was suggesting to Jay So Fluffy. Something that Jack Allmankind does really well. Somebody like Parabellum or Vixen would probably kill at something like this too. We kind of know where those shapes need to be or what they need to be, so we can just simplify down scribble, pose, movement, intent. And now I'm going to flip it. This one, I think for some people is going to be easier to draw because the silhouette is so crispy. Others are going to be like, nah, screw you, Anthony. This one's really challenging. And that's fine. I totally get it. But because these parts are, there's very little actual overlap, I think this one is probably going to be an easier pose. This one would probably look better if it was like that. I don't know. One more. Let's do a line of action version. So just lines of action. So kind of stick figure like. Yeah, flow, flow, flow. When you're a shrimp, your belly button is at your rib cage, folks. Fresh off the press. Did you just, dump truck, did you just do the measurements for us? Push the head forward. Yep. Yep. This one was not pushed forward very much. This one was pushed much better, but let's push it even more. Let's push it even more. Awesome call. And then if I'm going more to what he's doing, I'm going to tilt that back a little bit more. I'm going to suck that rib cage in. Because Mud suggested it, and I think it's really good because this head is a little bit more forward. It's closer to the knee, which I think is going to make this more dynamic and more interesting to look at. Heck yeah, this is way better. Look at the force that's being pushed. It's like this guy's got punched in the stomach right there. She says she's not drawing, but that's the thing. Like once you really start to get into this, you see stuff that other people don't. That's why I never mind being art directed while I'm streaming, because you just see things that I don't. That's the beauty of the monitor. This arm could be up here a little bit more, so let's do that. Yeah, this one is my favorite pose so far. In terms of, or this is my favorite illustration of this pose. That's our 6 minutes. You guys can have another second or two if you want. Feels like this leg is a little bit closer. This one is on the overlap a little bit. If you were drawing this as a cylinder, this is the open portion of the cylinder. This is the closed portion of the cylinder. So how that would look over here is if you were drawing a funnel. Not a funnel. If you were drawing a soda can. And his liquid is spilling out of it like that. I don't know. Brain don't work. Brain broken. Yeah, this would be the open portion, sort of the open or the top part of a soda can. This would be the back part, sort of like the bottom part of a soda can. And then the cool thing is about these shapes is you can bring them in a little bit, sort of like a Starbucks cup or something like that. Hi, Kaylee. How's it going? Hi, Pixney. Yeah, sorry, the sketchbook got out of control here. Oh my God, there's some really good versions in here. Here's Cartoon Jesse. Cartoon Jesse, you need to make like 10 Instagram reels out of all of this. This is great. Push it, bop it, twist it. Where is the Bop It grand champion himself, Brooklyn Kaju? He did Bop It on his live stream blindfolded, and I've never seen anything better. That one's the most accurate, but also the most dynamic. It's weird how that works too, right? Cartoon Jesse, this is great. I was with you, then I lost you. It's fair. It's fair. Jesse, you had such a good sense of humor. There's one more pose after this. Yeah, Valley. Are we surprised? Are we surprised that Valley Dweller completely figured this one out? And I'm noticing like on this one versus mine, why am I not pushing this knee up higher? Like, why am I scared of that? Dang. I think he broke the bop it broke. Hi, Allison. How you been? Oops. Here's Garg on the last pose, if you guys missed it. It's this one. Sigh, swoon. I love Garg. You're what's on his back? There's this little hand, but it could be his little fry container back there. Water pop out, standing. You get 10 out of 10 sizzles from me, my friend. 10 out of 10 sizzles. Thank you for doing that. Heck yeah. Yeah, Dana, this is great. Dana, the last couple poses have felt really comfortable. I'm curious if this one felt as comfortable as it looks. Because there's such dynamic energy to this. And like all your construction is so sound. Yeah, water pop can F off. Here's Alyssa Bailey's interpretation. Man, you notice how the front of this leg is the closest thing to the camera. Then this back leg, or the back lower portion of the leg is, there's overlapping. I know I picked the weirdest things to talk about, but can you seriously you drew the sneaker so freaking dynamically? Not to mention the other sneaker. For the love of God. LFB. Lovely, why do you say no? Why are we knowing? I think this is really good. I think this shape right here, if you don't mind, think about rounding that back like so, as opposed to bringing the back this direction. Round it back this way. And I think this is going to turn from oh no to oh yes. Also really like you can see the cylinder shape. Some cool landmarks that can help. That the feet are kind of in line with each other. The thighs are a straight line. The bicep points straight to the knee. I didn't even see that. The bicep does point straight to the knee. It's like that leading line that we talk about all the time. God, how did you see that? Yeah, obviously this guy. This feels like a creepy character from Hunt Showdown. The way that you drew this feels like a character that would be jumping out of the swamp in Hunt Showdown. God dang, man. Probably with her eyes, yeah. Here's Nancy on the last pose. Oh, beautiful. That front leg is closer to the camera. That looks really good, Nancy. And the weight, notice how the head is tilted over so we get good balance. Here's Art Lover. Awesome dynamic. I really like this. And I think on this, not on just this one, I think on all of these, I would probably take that hand off. That hand kind of goofs with the silhouette a little bit, huh? Good work. That neck is really pushed forward, which again, I did not do on mine. Sharon loved this. Regular pose, push pose. And now we got Spider-Man. Yep. And I think you enjoying it really shows, and I love how tight the chin is to the knee. There's still that crispy silhouette there. I think adding in that back arm was a really good touch. Allison, what are you doing today? Are you productive? Here's Charles. Damn, Charles. Yes, sir. Yep. And again, pushed forward. Look at that bicep as it points back to the knee, like what Mud said. The foot is in a really good spot. I got artistic block. Why is that? Why do you have artistic block? What do you think's holding you back? This is toxic. Oops, I can't zoom in for some reason. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong. Toxic, you did something really interesting. You shifted the tilt of the body just a little bit, so we're moving away from the camera. And it makes it really dynamic. That overall pose is really cool. It's like a draw this in your style with that pose. Can you tell I took a figure drawing a few years ago? I would love to take a figure drawing. You've gotten a full ban from the River, Connecticut. Hi, Thunder Bristle. Hi, Sizo. Sizo's, oh, guys, hi. It's great to see everybody. Toxic, welcome to the shit show. Welcome to the community. Artist body makeup. Is this? I call my daughter Shrimpy because she's short. She loves it. So here's the belly button. And then here's the ribs. I've had shrimp one time in my life. Probably never again. Probably never again. This is a very well-drawn shrimp, I think, though. Look at the tongue sticking out. And then here's Sizo. Sizo, I didn't know you were drawing with us. It's great to see you, dude. Yep, super dynamic. You really followed this pose well. And again, just like Lissa Bailey, you completely killed that back foot with the shoe on. You just did it without erasing. Those are the little discoveries that you make when you do figure drawing like this. The cool thing about that, Jake Parker talks about it all the time, is now you've added a brand new pose, Toxic, to your creative bank account. That variation, that shift variation that you did is now an unlock, which is really cool. Sizo, high fives, dude. This looks great. Hey, Weird. Here's Alf. Yeah, man, this is ultra dynamic. I love how skinny the upper body is, and then how dynamic and full those legs are. How did you get reference in my shrimped up drawing position? Hello, hug of war. That's how we all sit. Just struggling with selling my art and getting commissions. Not advertising anywhere. Shy, hate bugging people for commissions, says Allison. Yeah. So, Allison, what I would suggest, if you would be open to a conversation about it, because I struggle with that too. I think it's been a big thing that's held me back lately, is not posting on a regular basis to my social media. So this is maybe the pot calling the kettle. You know what I mean? What I might do is suggest to you, if there's a day where you feel ultra confident, like just comfortable, confident, you look good, you feel good, maybe you got exercise, maybe you did something physical, and you can sit down and you can just charge out 10 different posts, 10 different concepts, 10 different things that you can put on social media. So the example of that is, like, I love being on camera, like I'm really comfortable with it. So today, knowing that that the Chaotic Draw Along Instagram and all our social media is launched, and the marketing agency is doing all that stuff for me right now, because I was feeling okay right as I got on stream. I filmed like 2 really quick 15-second Instagram Reel, TikTok things, sent them over to those guys so they can just go get them all posted. And it was like, I've not felt comfortable and confident the entire day. I had a stressful day, but there was like that one brief moment where I was like, I'm going to capitalize on batching my intensity. And I'm just going to put these out, and then I'm just going to send them, and they're done. So again, I think if there's a day, a time, a moment where you feel really powerful and energetic, it might be a great time to batch a whole bunch of stuff together, so then you can post that whenever you want to. Hi, Frog Powers. Frog, thank you. Appreciate you. Alf, apologies for for doing a commercial for the Chaotic Draw Along on Instagram while I was talking about your art. I love how flowy these legs are. It's really great, dude. It's really great. Yeah, Cybertechno says it too. Yeah, Pinterest. I have gotten business from Pinterest, but I only have the regular account. Frog Powers. Frog Powers, what kind of powers would a frog have? Elf, wonderful. To anybody who just followed the channel, Frog Powers, we are doing a figure drawing session today, 6 poses. We're looking at everybody's artwork. It's been a really fun challenge so far. There's one more pose. This last one's going to have 6 minutes on the clock. Maldonado has a Pinterest board of all ballet poses. And so this is from one of her boards, and I really wanted to do this pose. 6 minutes on the clock. 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
Thank you.
Counting down.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to start drawing this. This is not going to be an easy pose for me. You've actually done this one before. I am going to take it slow on this one. I noticed that, and I think Mud brought up some really great observations on the last one that I honestly just didn't see because I wasn't really looking at it. I was looking at chat. I was getting distracted, but I really want to try to make some observations on this. This shape right here, which is kind of my classic starting circular position for a chest. I'm really going to think about it like this though, because we see this portion. So this is her trap muscles right there. And then this is where her collarbone is going to sit. Now the bottom of her breasts are going to be right here. Her back muscle is going to kind of flow off of that. I'm going to try to push. Oh, this is a tough one. This is a really tough one. Some people, there's lessons out there where people will talk about looking at this stuff like it's a sack of potatoes or a sack of beans or something like that. You did this one with Alec? Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. When was the last time Alec did figure drawing? Oh, this is a tough one. Trying to find a good platform to sell prints on, which has been rough. Thank you, Ant-Man. I would just honestly say I think it's less the platform and it's more you. I think what's going to happen in this next sort of version of this world, this creative world, is I think creatives have to get more comfortable putting themselves out there. And that might not be the message that you want to hear, but I have to tell you, I think it's the message that you probably need to hear. I think in the coming months and years, it's going to be less about how good you are at a thing, and it's going to be more so about the relationship that you build up with the people around you. You have. Sorry, my kids are being kids. I think it is much more about building relationships, showing value. And I feel like that's probably going to be a better thing than a platform. What's going to end up happening? Hi, Kai. Hex. Thank you guys for the follows. Alec does figure drawing every day. When I have a stream up, I've not seen very much of it. Avarok. Why are there 3 follows right in a row? Are all of you robots? Avarok and Kai and Hex, thank you guys for the follows. Where did you guys come from? How's this happening? I'm Anthony. Yes, beep bop. Nick shout you out. Right on. Is Nick streaming right now? That's awesome. Part of Alex's process when he stream. Yeah, no. I've just not seen him pull up a bunch of reference like this, but I've seen him be working on other parts of the process. That's why I think people are successful, Allison, with streaming. I think that's why we want to support like our favorite YouTubers and stuff like that, is because we buy into who these people are as humans. In coming years, anybody's going to be able to make an image with just a flick of the mind. Will people want to do that? No, probably not. I don't think everyone's going to want to do that. I think people are still going to want to be captivated by something. This is a hard pose for me. I'm not doing a great job. Not raiders, chatters, new friends. I promise I'm better than what this is, but not by much. Okay. This is a tough pose. It's because this is way forward. But I think people are going to have to get comfortable building relationships on the internet, posting about themselves, putting themselves out there, or you have to be like incredibly good at what you do. And I think the sweet spot is a little bit of everything. A great example is somebody like Loish. Loish is one of the best best painters that I think we have in this creative world. She's also very comfortable in front of a camera. She's not loud and boisterous and silly. She doesn't say stupid shit to get people's attention every 3 seconds like I do. She is an incredibly competent professional at the top of her craft. And so people naturally want to buy her art books. They want to support her. They want to back her Patreon. When we looked at her Patreon recently, she has 15,000 subscribers or members on her Patreon. She's that incredible blend of personality and skill. There's some professionals who are so skilled, but they don't have the personality for the camera, and the skill takes over. There's some people who have very minimal skill, but they're so entertaining to watch. They're just it's easy to support them. And again, I think finding a sweet spot would be a really, this pose is going nowhere for me, would be a really great spot. Thank God the timer's done on this one. This is my FU Anthony pose that all of you guys were mad last week. This is the one that I'm mad about. This one's tough. These arms are not connected in any real way. So if I had to reevaluate this, again, this top portion right here is something like this. It's like a cereal box that is looking at us from a little bit of a different direction. She's doing the draw this. Oh my gosh, is she, Hex? That's incredible. How long is she going to be streaming? I'm going to be on for another hour. It'd be awesome if I could raid into her. How cool. Yeah, that challenge is for our buddy Silent Spoons, who goes by Cute Tough Art on the internet. And heck yeah, that's exciting. Yeah, this pose went nowhere for me. Yeah, I'm struggling with this one. Yep. Brands move away from agencies using AI. Thank God. Thank God. Hey, Hugh. I really hate this one. What a great first day to try along with. Yeah. We had I would say that we had 5 other easier poses, but this one's the toughest of them all. This is the last one. I think it's easy to get the individual components down, but I think putting it all together for me is pretty tough. Hi, Sparrow. I think you fit in. I'm glad Toxic Fix introduced. Hi, Fall Damage. It's good to see you. Nice, interactive, talented. Everything I want in a streamer. Heck yeah. That's really kind of you. I appreciate that. I'll take that compliment any and all day. Yeah, I think in the near future it's going to become very easy for people to use AI to cut corners. I think there's ways to ethically use those kind of things for. I don't know the right way to do it for brainstorming and planning. I personally don't use any AI. I don't have any intention of that. We don't use ChatGPT for the business or any of that stuff. It's just not my thing. But I think it's going to become very easy for people to be able to make an image of a thing. However, most people don't want to. They don't need to. There's not a lot of soccer moms in Iowa who's like, man, if I could just make this thing for my nursery, print it out, and then supply it, I would. No, but if they have a relationship with somebody, they follow an Instagram, they follow a live stream, they follow something, and they see somebody make a gorgeous thing, they're instantly going to be like, I'm just going to buy that for my daughter's nursery. They just do. There's that connection that people are going to be looking for. And I will go back to that over and over again. Abstracto, where have you been? Where have you been hiding, Abstracto? It's good to see you, dude. Who's this you're talking about? Her name is Loish, Loish, Lois van Barlo. I think she's Dutch. But yeah, she is. She's probably one of the preeminent illustrators, kind of our time, and I think she's a really great example as how somebody could do both freelance and client work, but then also remain independent and do all sorts of really incredible stuff on your own. 43 million things, dude. I was doing 43 million earlier. I hear you. Here's Maddie's. Damn, Maddie, you completely nailed this. in a way that mine did not get anywhere close to. And that back foot is really gorgeous. That shape is great. Nyx will be on for a while still. Her version of it. And Hext, it's absolutely not my character. Let me show you the character really quick before. It's actually, we're doing this for our friend Silent Spunes. It's this character right here, and this is his. This is his. So this is the character that we're actually doing. And then I was doing my version of it on stream yesterday because I wanted to get better at it. Elbow deep in illustration agent mentorship. Abstracto, talk about that. I want to hear it. Yeah, Maddie. Awesome. Really awesome. Here's Toxic. Oh, man. Heck yeah. I love how big and bold the hip shape is. There's such a gorgeous curve from the back as it flows into the back of the butt and the hip. Netherlands, okay. Animation class with my ex. Oh, interesting. I've hugged her. It was an awkward moment. Frog powers. Anytime you come into my stream and you just type in the word Discord, you'll get an automatic link back to it and you can join. If you forget the Discord, just type in the word Discord. You never need an exclamation point. Synthesia. I'm not. No. Synesthesia. Thesia, hi. Again, that back shape is really gorgeous. That was Toxic. Here's Charles. Charles nailed the balance of this. And what's this? What's the next one? And this is the overall page of these. These were all 6 of ours. Thesia, how do I pronounce it? You got it right the second time. Synesthesia. That's hard for me. Charles, I would say that you have more than progress here. More than progress. Good work, man. I'm proud of you. Here's Cartoon Jessie. Jessie, all day today, these have been a highlight. I ballet too. She's so cute. She's so cute. You really nailed how forward the torso is and how back those legs are. Feel free to call me Sai if that's easier. So much easier. Hi, Sai. I'm Anthony. It's good to meet you. Cartoon Jessie. Beautiful. Here's Lissa Bailey. Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. It's me, International Talent Group, offer mentorship program for qualifying illustrators, a way to teaching emerging illustrators to find agency representation. Amazing, dude. So Abstracto, what are you looking for representation for? Is it for books? Is it for illustration? Is it for the combination of social media and illustration stuff? Is it just straight illustration? Guys, this is LFB, Lissa F. and Bailey. Feel free to be grumpy with her because she's really good. God damn, Shard. This was tough. You get only one. We only need one because you completely nailed it. Again, this is such a gorgeous shape between the arch of the back and then the hip and the butt, and everything just goes. You guys just completely rocked this pose. Or Tauntaun. You're not calling me Tauntaun. Or Tone. I love the black with the painting over top of it. Again, Lely, this is how I figured out the cover and the all of the design work for the Draw Along cards. By doing a black canvas and painting white over it was how I found what this pattern was going to be. It's weird how painting gray on black can unlock something. I want to do YA fantasy and sci-fi. Abstracto, do you have a portfolio put together? Really good. Your hands on this, Lely, are like masterclass. Here's Dana's. Oh yeah, see, Dana's totally nailed the pose too. Again, you just understand it, Dana. Like how that torso upper body is pushed forward. This is gorgeous and such good flow to the leg. I really love how that front leg. Like just look at that line, just that. It's like a sledding hill. There's just something really pretty about it. Hi, Sparkle. I got my cards. Thank you so much for the goodies. Oh my God. No, thank you. Again, I couldn't have done any of this without you. How's it going? Princess, what do you think? Are you happy with them? I know you've seen them on screen 1,000 times, but this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I'm about ready to fall right into that ravine and never come out. Finally through a koala ray. Oh, that's awesome, Sai. Yeah, I've known Killer Koala since probably 3-4 years. I was watching Koala just do incredible stuff, and Cody Shabby's making monsters, and I've been a massive fan since. Teaching me to make a better one I can share. Yeah, Abstracto, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. Sparrow, can I remind you that you're a menace? Here's Sizo. Who would be your go-to learning about pattern licensing for products? Her name is Nicole, and I can't remember Nicole's last name. Let me see if I can find it here in a second. I met this woman, Nicole, on Clubhouse a few years ago, and she's really great at pattern licensing. Again, just an incredible job. I'm going to go smell my cards again. Just keep smelling them cards. Sizo, that was a really great pose. Valley really pushed it. Look how low Valley pushed the body down. Sparkle Far says that they look so good. Oh, yay. I just wanted them to look professional. Valley, I love how pushed the torso is. Yeah, and hugs. Look at the value work here. Tone's Dance of Death. Yeah, so Sai, we do this every Wednesday in April. We do a figure drawing session, 6 different poses. First 2 hours of the stream. Obviously, I'm going long right now because it's just so fun. But yeah, I love doing this, and so every Wednesday we'll do this. I've been making poses, and everyone else has. Here's Water Plops. Here's the Beef Boss from Fortnite. Smash, absolute smash. Imagine if I Googled Nicole. I'll find her, I promise. God dang it, it's so good. What that tongue do? No. And Sizo, this is from our last pose. So yeah, we always try to choose 2 super skinny people, 2 normal bodies, and 2 bodies in movement. All the models always have clothes on. Nope. Sizo, beautiful work on this. Such good volume. Is Beef Boss requirement for Water Pop now? Not forever, but for right now, it makes me happy. God, the flow of this is gorgeous. This is super pretty, man. I love how you really articulated the face on this too. Group gesture drawings are fun. Yeah, Sai, that would be awesome. We also do our chaotic draw along every Friday, which is where we come up with weird, bizarre prompts, and then the community has to draw it, but so do I. It's a fun punishment. Elf, I think you've done such a great job all day today. There's something about the blue on the mustard paper too. Here's Lissa Bailey's entire page. Again, thank you for the amazing community and support. You make the world more joyful, more beautiful, and more confident. Thank you, Charles. I would normally try to push that compliment away, but I'm going to accept it. I did not have a world that was joyful, beautiful, or confident today at all. But getting on stream today, and you guys have unlocked a good day for me. So I appreciate you guys very much so. And here's Valley Dwellers. And then we'll watch the video as we wrap up here. So yeah, every Wednesday, at least for the rest of this month. And then there's been a lot of suggestions of other level up challenges that we could do, like drapery. We've talked about deconstructing the human head to try to figure out some of our proportions. We have lots of challenges that we can kind of incorporate from here. But yeah, more of a letter and design than anything else. Sai, do you have a website? I'd love to look at it. Stream has definitely highlighted the day. Thank you. I just feel, especially if my day's been kind of shit, I feel unconfident to get on here, despite doing this, 500 times probably. We love you. I love you too, Tessa. I appreciate that. Abstracto, do you mind if I share your portfolio with everybody? When I join the Discord, only a few tabs. Yeah, so Frog Powers, if Kelly Maldonado is around, she can absolutely help. You have to.
Wheeler,
Oh, hold
the characters
on.
guy.
I'll get you in there, Frog Powers. I promise.
You want to learn to draw?
Hi,
It's
loading
me,
artist.
Tony. Hey guys.
Are you kidding me?
It's me, Tony. We're gonna draw today. You got your
Receding hairline,
characters
right?
ready?
Wait, is it because I have the receding hairline? My forehead has been a 5 or 6 head for a long time, and it's almost all the way a 12 head. Hi, guys. Hey, Klaus. How are you? Big White Bear. Super. Chimatorian? Anaria. Didn't pronounce that one right. Welcome to the stream, friends. I'm Anthony. I draw stuff for a living. Every Wednesday we do a figure drawing session here on the live stream. We've just wrapped up this portion. I'm also going to be doing some watercolor here in a second. I don't know where it went. I don't know where my watercolor piece went. This is what I was watercoloring yesterday before we raided into Loading Artist. But yeah, we'll be doing a little bit of painting here in a second. Oh, here it is. We're gonna be making that. How are you guys? How was your stream, artist? I appreciate it. As you guys popped in, we were looking at Valley Dwellers poses. This is our friend Art Lovers. So these are 4 out of the 6 poses that we did today. Just volume, just feels so good. This is our friend Garg. This was one of the last poses that we did. Look how gorgeous. Garg is a streamer here on Twitch, and she is beyond good. Bossy Mouth, thank you for the 204 birdie bits from Lizzie. And then here's Elf's page of sketches today. But yeah, I was figuring out that my figure drawing skill set kind of sucked. And so I wanted to jump in and try to figure out how to draw. Loading Arts, what did you work on today? Is that art pad you've just used today? The one? Yep, Weirden, it is. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's my super awesome sketchbook, which is what I sell in my online shop. This is the one that I've been using the last couple of weeks. This is, I think, the gray version, but I have the red one in stock as well. So these are some of the things that I've just been doodling here recently. The sun is coming in through the window, so it's kind of hard to see some of it. That's a busy bee. That's a bee who's busy going to do business things. This is part of my recent D&D adventure. This is just me illustrating all the scenes that we were walking through. And then this has been a bunch of our figure drawing stuff. This week's comic, yay. That's awesome, dude. Again, I really appreciate your support. You've helped introduce a lot of people to the stream and bring a lot of good vibes this way, Loading Artists. So it's made a huge difference, and I really appreciate it. If there's ever anything I can do for you, man, please let me know. I wish it was sunny here. Well, it's warm in my window right now. These were all my poses from today. My poses weren't really good until we got into our bigger models. So these are all the models that we grabbed today. So two skinnies, 2 regulars, and then 2 actionies. And we alternate between male and female poses. The models are always clothed because we have kids who participate, even though I say really terrible things to people. So yeah, appreciate it. But yeah, this is the gray super awesome sketchbook. It's available in the shop. And then the red one's in there too. So yeah, I'll put this back on screen here. Yesterday we were doing a Draw This in Your Style challenge from our buddy Silent Spoons, cute tough art over on Instagram. And this is my version of his super sexy demon babe. And yeah, having a lot of fun with it. That foiling, thank you. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. And then the red version has this on it, and it's silver, and it just, you can see it from the moon. It cost me more money when I was producing them, but there's just something about it. I don't know, I've been really pleased. I like that red. Thank you. Yeah, the red one, all the sketchbooks are on sale right now too. So you can definitely check those out if you're interested. I want to show you guys Loading Artist's Instagram. Even though I know a lot of you have already seen it, I don't know. Their work just brings me joy. I'm going to take those poses off. If anybody else submits any more poses, just let me know. Also, shamelessly, we did launch all of our social media today for the Chaotic Draw Along prompt cards. So we can talk about that later, but I'll put all those links in chat and everything. But these are some recent comics from Loading. What that foil do? Yeah, I'll put all these links in chat for everybody. And you would be very silly to not go follow. Yeah, it's funny how raids work. I mean, Loading, you've introduced a bunch of really wonderful people to the stream. Some of which I play Fortnite with until the very late hours of the evening. And she knows who she is. I love your use of purple as the color, as your shading color. I'm really wonderful. Klaus, do you want to play? Do you want to play Fortnite with us? Murderers, kidnappers, and burglars. I've not read this one. Terrorists, domestic terrorists, drugged out home invaders, gas explosions, rabid animals, brain aneurysm, tsunami, spontaneous combustion. I read the other day a story about how some wood chips spontaneously combusted and unfortunately killed a person. Choking on food, aliens impersonating loved ones, spiders. The list just goes on. I hate Fortnite. It's fun. No builds Fortnite is really great. I would play the Fort Putts. We should arrange a stream Fortnite session. One big server, everyone can load in, and then everyone can tag team and just destroy me. Show off your Patreon. I showed off your website last time. I want to show your Patreon. But again, Loading Artists, have a spectacular day. I hope the rest of it's really great. Oh, wow. That's awesome. 2,000 members, 14,000 posts, 1,400 posts. All the behind the scenes content. And then how often do you update? So once a week, once every 2 weeks? Once a week, you get an update on your Patreon. Heck yeah. Spiders, that's all I need to hear. Sharn's running. Yeah, I'm a huge webcomics nerd. I've been listening, I started listening to Webcomics Weekly way back in the day. And that got me really into webcomics, and I've been such a nerd and sucker for it since. I'll put the link tree in for everybody, but again, please go follow Loading Artist if you would. Actually, I'll give the Instagram, so all those links are right there. Thanks again. Other week it's Plucked Up Comics. I don't know if I've checked out Plucked Up Comics. Yeah, of course. Again, anything I can ever do, just please let me know. Don't hesitate. I appreciate you. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to get shameless here for a second, by the way. So, as you guys know, we released our Chaotic Draw Along prompt cards. There's 110 different playable cards inside. I've been told that they smell really good, by the way. There's 3 different categories of cards: descriptor, subjects, and chaotic cards. And you can get all sorts of incredible mashups and fun things. The website goes live for these on April 10th. And so we ship worldwide. We did a Kickstarter for these, and we had $21,000 worth of pre-orders, which was the most flattering thing that's ever happened to me. And yeah, it's pretty great. We also have a whole range of new doodle products that are coming out because of it. So these are our brand new doodle books. And yesterday when we were doing that challenge, I did a bunch of my sketches inside of the doodle books. So the card game, the cards are both a prompt deck for creatives, illustrators, children, just anybody who wants just to make some fun stuff. But then we also have game modes too, and these little notebooks come in perfect for the game modes. We've got a guess-along version, which is very similar to Pictionary. We also have a game mode called The Award Goes To, where everyone in your party has to draw a thing, And at the end, it's mandatory that you give them an award. And the award, the more ridiculous, the better. Like best use of your neighbor's cat food goes to loading artist for his incredible cat food interpretation of the Mona Lisa. Things like that. We also have enamel pins that are going to be releasing. All the links are in chat right now. But this is our skeleton pin. This is the logo for the CDA. This is our walking taco. This guy's got some drip issues, but that's fine. And then this is this is the reverse mermaid. This is a little slice of fresh ale. Hi, Jazzy. Maybe tomorrow, I wonder. Maybe tomorrow. But yeah, super fun. Writers, Imagineers, yeah. Need the taco? The taco will be live on the website. Taco's going to be live on the website. Kelly created it. Kelly's the one who created it. I didn't create that command. So if it looks like that, Kelly did it. But yeah, they're all going to be available on the 10th. And then here's the postcard. We'll have a few of these postcards left over. We'll put those in the shop or maybe do some giveaways with those. Your art translates to enamel. Thank you. I have some new ones coming out. These are the thank you cards that we did for the CDA, and then this was our thank you card for the draw along Kickstarter. Yeah, we've been loading. We've been doing the draw along here for 18 months, and about 6 months in, it just seemed really apparent that we needed a play at home version of it. And man, it's really morphed into a big deal, and it's been a lot of fun. This is the next enamel pin that's coming. I have a whole line of gnome enamel pins because I draw garden gnomes constantly. So this garden gnome has seen some things, basically the underworld, and then this is the rough draft of all the rest of the gnomes. So this is Lord Nutmeg Applebottom. And then this is our regular gnome, and then this is our scintillating gnome, and then this is our ignorant duck, who's also a gnome. So that's going to be a big pack of enamel pins that'll be coming here pretty soon. So yeah, pretty fun. I bet your stuff probably translates really well to it too. All right, I'm going to start inking this ha ha ha. So these prompts, so this was our descriptor card, laughing. The next one was doll. And then the next one was apocalypse. Now, what's really fun about this too is when you pull these cards, if it doesn't work, let's say you can't think of anything for doll, but you can think about goblin. Or what if it was a vicious goblin in the apocalypse? What if it was a vicious goblin wearing spikes? What if it was a vicious doll wearing spikes? What if it was a vicious doll who was stuck on a spike in the apocalypse? You get the idea. You know how it works. You know how it works. I love your beach gnome. Thank you. The beach gnome is probably one of the better things I've drawn, and I think we need a salacious gnome forever and ever. Why was 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. Speaking of 7, in 7 days I'm ordering CDA. Is that how that works? Is that how that works? Sniping, maybe for all the incredible stuff you've made, maybe I just send you CDA related stuff. How about that? So the concept on this is my doll in the apocalypse has been, its little laugh machine inside of its chest has been doing its thing for a long time. Now this is a size 3 tech pen, and honestly, it's not a lot of fun. I made a prompt dream coincidentally back in 22. Nowhere near as fleshed out. It's a mini game I made for stream using StreamerBot. You did? How cool is that? Do you guys use it on stream? Is it still a thing that you guys do? I've never seen it. if you ever, and I know you could do this on your own, but if you ever wanted to collaborate and have a chaotic draw along loading artist collaboration and have me do all the work, let me know. Let me know. Is that the most shameless thing that I've said all day? Probably. Maybe I just buy it, nerd. Get wrecked. You can't tell me to get wrecked on my stream. That's harassment. That is unsavory behavior from somebody like you, Sniping. What would your pastor say to behavior like that, huh? Let me put the little serif here. Yeah, the ultimate vision for the draw along is obviously it supports our Friday and Monday draw along that we've been doing here. But more importantly, between the game modes and the creative modes, I think it's a really sort of great tool and great game for everybody. Ultimately, in the next couple of years, we're going to do a kids version. We're going to do a not safe for work version. We're going to do a monster creation version. And then we're going to pivot to fantasy. So we've got 5 or 6 different decks. We're going to do a deluxe version in the fall, as long as there's enough people who are into it. And then we want to do kind of like little booster packs. We've been joking a lot about, and I know this seems dumb, but babies who do crimes. I don't know if you've ever drawn a baby mugshot. You know, that's a baby who's gone to jail for something. And we want to do a booster pack where it's baby crimes. And then you have to draw babies who have done crimes or are doing crimes. And I think it would be really funny. But ultimately, the idea and the goal is to have a really big, thriving brand that we can just draw ridiculous stuff. The big impact takeaway impact that I had here recently is that a lot of kids have been playing it, and I don't know, it's just getting the kids off the iPad and getting kids into their creative brains, and there's just not enough of that. And so we want to have like this version's totally safe for kids. There's a couple of words in there like demon, but it's like there's an optional word on it that says maybe it's a polite reform demon. But we want to have a younger kids version that's a little bit easier and the words are a little bit more simple. But then also there's little illustrations on each of the cards. So if somebody didn't know what a thing was or how a shape worked, there would be a little bit of a lead for them. So yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm excited. Would you like me to relink my site? Yeah, absolutely, Sai. I'm sorry that I missed it. My bad. I got distracted. I apologize, Sai.
Tony Wheeler, the characters guy.
Hi, Blind Cat. Hey.
Hey, you want to learn to draw? It's me, Tony. Hey, guys. It's me, Tony. We got to draw today. You got your characters ready?
Blind Cat, thanks for the raid. How's the game dev stuff going? How are you? Loading says, yeah, I call it draw them words. After every 5 subs that get deactivated, people can submit words and choose 3 randoms. Draw a combo of it in 5. So it's just punishment time, right? Right, Loading Artist? It's just punishment time. Pay Greg enough money, he draws 3 words for us in 5 minutes. Did you know? That's funny. I didn't know that was your real name. Do you know that we have a card in here that it's Greg? We went back and forth on, where is it? Blind Cat, I appreciate you. How's the day? We have an actual Greg card. It's right there. You want to learn how to draw? I don't know about that. Here's your lettering portfolio. Hi, Katie Bear. Katie Bear, did you do some steering over here? Is that what you did? Hi, Sock Fuzz. Kind of out of today, so working on a level set. Right on. The most popular card? Well, we've drawn quite a few Gregs, to be honest with you. Whoops. We've drawn a successful, as I drop everything, a successful amount. These are all of the ones that I've done for the Kickstarter backers. Lud, thank you. And Greg will feature prominently in a couple of these. Lud, thank you. Well, Blind Cat, I appreciate the raid. Katie, it's obviously awesome to see you. I'm trying to find my Greg's. You would think that I would just have it queued up and ready to go, right? Like that I would be as a good streamer? The answer is no. The Greg ones are going to be on the bottom, by the way. Sharon, thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks for giving this up to Loading Artist. Also, After Dark. Yeah, the After Dark edition, 100%. So this is my version of Greg. This is the version that I draw all the time. So this was Greg, Skinny, and Jelly was the prompt there. And then I also have one where Greg was brokenhearted because his sock puppet doesn't love him anymore. So it was Greg, brokenhearted, and sock puppet. And there's a little, it's hard to see, but there's a little bit of lipstick right there, just a touch. Sharon, that's so appropriate that your 100th gift is to Loading Artist. I appreciate that. Didn't even need to use the "you do what your wife says" card. Katie Bear, should I? Well, you know what, Katie Bear, we can have an optional card here in your box. Says "do what your wife says," and you can just play this on Blind Cat whenever he's not listening to you. You know that, right? Seems fitting exactly. Hi, underscore. Demon Babe, that sounds good. Abstracto, thank you for the 3 months. Abstracto, I've got your portfolio up. Extremely accurate except for the hair. Same. My hair has abandoned and betrayed me for a very long time. Very, very, very long time. I already used my box to get what I want. Don't talk about our box like that. Again, sometimes the words that come out of my mouth just they seem to make sense to me, but they make more sense when you filter it through the perv meter here. Abstracto, I appreciate that again. Hi, Cass. Loading Artist, have a great lunch. Appreciate the raid again. Thank you. Grateful, super grateful. Blind Cat, where are you sharing all the dev work for your game? Where's is there an Instagram for it? I'd love to be able to share it with everybody. Cass, thank you for waving aggressively at me. You can share the portfolio? Yeah, perfect. So Abstracto said that they're on the hunt to do middle grade and kidlit. And this is Michael's portfolio. Wow, super dynamic. I've not looked at this yet. Who you calling perv? All of us. What kind of feedback are you getting on this so far? Freaking horrible at social media. Website has a couple of screenshots. Well, Blind Cat, if you're in front of your computer still and if you want to shoot me a link, I'd love to show it to everybody. I'm a perv, you're a perv, we're all pervs. Amy Jo, how's your day been? This is really good work. I think the big thing that stands out to me is how dynamic and thoughtful your work is. All right, perfect, Blind Cat. And then I have the other portfolio I'm going to share here too. I really like the lettering on this. Wait, his stream? Oh, wait. Katie Bear, get on it, huh? Mostly around teenage characters rather than just adult or child. Yeah. These are really good sequential pages too. They've got a really nice color palette. What country do you live in, Abstracto? Abstracto, all of this is just America, you're in Missouri. This is all really professional work. Not that you need to be reminded of that, but it reminds me of Munchkin, which then leads me into this entire new stretch of fantasy D&D, late grade, middle grade stuff that's coming out, Table Titans, things like that. That's interesting feedback that they gave you to do more teenage characters than kid. The kid market is so absolutely on fire right now. It's a little too America. That's a little too it's a little too America. Interesting. I say continue. Well, I mean, I really love a lot of this. It'd be interesting to have a couple of different pitch decks for different projects. Yeah, these are really great. Abstracto, put your Instagram in for everybody so they can see it. And then here's Size portfolio. I'm really excited to check this out. Oh my gosh. Sai, it's a pleasure to meet you. God, the color scheme is really great. And I love the purple circles, the moons in the back. Better done than perfect. Yep. It's a pretty solid quote. Jake Parker says that all the time. I love the color blend through this. Hi, Kamikaze. I hate drawing hands. So Toxic, I always recommend take the easiest version of a hand you can and just draw it 10 times, 10, 15 times. The most simplistic version. And just, I don't know how to word it, but like almost dominate a pose like that. Once you get a couple really good hand poses in your repertoire, you can go back to it almost every time. I think is the ultimate thing is what I'm trying to say. This is really wonderful work. Heck yeah. I'm excited to follow. High fives. And then I want to click on this one too. So this is the game that Blind Cat is designing on Studio. If you've never met Blind Cat, Blind Cat is the significant other to our friend Katie Bear. And Blind Cat is developing the game in the game studio here. I was on your website a while back, but obviously there's a ton more stuff here now. And then here's some of the level design stuff. Stuff is ever perfect, but the point is I don't ever think it's done. Yeah, that's tough. It's a tough concept, isn't it, Roz? I struggle with it too. He's the better one? Jesus, did he just take over your keyboard and just type that in on your behalf? Quick images, the demo level. Well, I'm excited to learn more, man. Again, thank you so much for the raid and all the support. Yeah, heck yeah. Heck yeah. Let me zoom in here. Let's paint this baby. Let's paint this doll. Get a little bit of texture here, a little bit of kind of like skin tone. I'm gonna wet this down significantly. I'm gonna paint the hair kind of in a little bit of a blonde. Now I always think of these dollies that have been kind of ripped apart and like this is like a cloth area in here. And then this is where the arms are, like if you take the clothes off of the doll is kind of what I'm envisioning in here. So like this part can be like a gross white and this is like the hard plastic skin tone stuff. I'm not articulating that well, but you kind of get what I mean. A little bit of texture kind of throughout the whole thing. I'm going to layer in just a ton of purple and blue. Obviously, this thing has seen some things. I don't know if somebody in the wasteland put this thing on top of a bomb. But we're gonna let that dry. At the end, we're gonna paint on some smile marks and then try to cover those up a little bit. This is a little bit gouache. It's a little bit brighter. This is honestly my favorite phase. Like when I make something, I'm really comfortable and confident with it. It's really fun to be able to jump back in and just start painting like super fast. That hair needs to dry. So what I'm going to start to do is take a bunch of purple, which looks really gray here at the moment, but I'm going to start to paint this in and kind of make it look like somebody fried part of this baby's face, this baby doll's face off. We used to connect we used to bury our He-Man dolls in the sandbox across the street from my house when I grew up. But we would also take our our He-Man dolls, and we would connect firecrackers to them, and we would try to explode them. We found a lot of joy in that simple process of taking a thing that our parents had given us and then burning it to the ground. Then one year, one of my friends got a pellet gun, and we used some of our He-Man dolls for target practice. I know that's sacrilege to a lot of you. I get it. I'm not proud of my behaviors either. I'm just saying that this is the reality of what idiot children do. And I am, in fact, one of those idiot children. Now, everything else is going to start to get a tone of kind of grossness and grittiness, because, again, we're in the wasteland here. Maybe one day I have a stream setting a portfolio, actually how to sell yourself and who. Like a website is best, or Instagram will do how to... Yeah, weekend, I'd be super down to do that. Maybe we could do a workshop. I think a workshop could be a lot of fun. And maybe it's just really tailored back to that. Because I do have a lot of feelings and thoughts about portfolios and websites and stuff like that. Like one of my friends recently was like, I really need to get my portfolio up and running. And I asked the question, I was like, but why? Like, what does a portfolio do for you right now in this exact moment? And interestingly, my friend wasn't able to really answer that question. And so it was really great to have that conversation. And then with another buddy, we were talking a lot about, selling work and stuff like that. And I was like, in this day and age, I think it is really hard to be able to sell just on a website. And that's that relational kind of building thing that we talk about all the time, that sometimes it's less about the skill and the amazing stuff that you can do. It's just more so by personality, attitude, sharing, showing, that kind of stuff, where people can even just then find you. Yeah, heck yeah. I think that could be a really fun workshop or seminar. And maybe we do an introduction on stream and potentially lead it into a bigger conversation. So again, I'm trying to make a little melted baby doll. I'm going to put a little bit of schmutzeroo. Color those shoes in just a little bit. Now that the rest of this is a little bit more dry and firm, I'm going to take a detail brush, take a little bit of pink. Kind of envision that these dolls would have just like pre-built, like pink noses and pink cheeks and stuff like that. Allison, I just saw your message, but I'm going to read it here in a quick second. Same thing right there. Now that's a little bit more electric than I think I wanted. So we have two options. We can either try to smooth it down, or we can put something over top of it. And I think I'm going to try to put a layer over top of it here in a minute. A little bit more orange, just to try to give this a little bit more tone. Tony. Again, I'll pop back in at the end of the stream too for anybody else who posted any extra warm-ups and stuff like that. You were so Sid, yeah. Yeah. Thanks for always putting fire under my ass. Allison, I'm just going to reserve that joke for later to get me going. It's the reason I keep coming back. Thank you for your energy and support. You're awesome. Great. I appreciate you saying that. So now, Allison, just take the momentum that you have right now and just go make 10 social media posts Again, you're not asking for commissions. You're telling people, look, I'm fucking great at what I do. Give me your D&D character and I'm going to make it. There's no shame in that. There's no shame. Do you know who's a really great person that you should emulate? It's our buddy Ricky, or she goes by Hey Liz. Hey Liz has rated the stream a whole bunch. We've rated her. She's somebody I'd love to do a co-stream with here at some point. She on Twitter is point blank. She's like, look, I'm good. Let me draw your characters. Or she's also like, I've got a bill coming up. If anybody would like a commission, here's what I can do. And then she just sort of puts it on the table and you're like, damn, you can pretty much do anything because you're amazing. That's what I would recommend. Again, it's like the quality of your stuff is great. So just be that confident in it. And just, you're not begging, you're not asking, you're just saying, look, I'm fucking great. Hire me. And if I'm that confident in it, I think you should be that confident in it, right? Right? I tried drawing the blonde model earlier. Proportions way off. I'm embarrassed to draw it. The good news, the way I got the dimensions out basically is subconscious confirmation that I'm a Buckeye. Which one was it? Which pose was it? Was it which one? The blonde model. This one? Yeah, this is a tough pose, and this is one that I struggled with a bunch. The big thing that I learned after I dropped my notebook on the floor, broke it in half, is that when I did mine, I'll let that dry for a second. When I did mine, the big observation that I made was that her body is way more forward than what I made it. Where's my pencil? So again, sniping, the thing that I would think about on this pose, almost on any pose, is start with the chest. If you can, it's not always easy to start right there, but start with the chest. Just kind of indicate where you think the stomach is going to go. Use your little weird reverse Superman shape for the pelvis. All of this stuff is directional too. Like all of this stuff directs you. So if you draw a center line down, if you can, it's not always easy, right? And then the leg sort of comes down here. The other thing too is like stick figure time is really pretty great. Like this one probably looks better than the other ones that I had done. And then her shoulder was up a little bit higher. So like drawing really small just honestly helps a ton. But if you can think that, again, the head has to be over feet somehow, I think you'll get into a really good position. And if you kind of use this method, and again, I think over time you'll find a better method that works for you. But if you start with chest, stomach, pelvis, both legs, both arms, and then the head is the final thing because that's the balance unlock. And you know, what if you started the head over here? And then all of a sudden this chick is just falling over this way. You start over here, she's falling over the other direction. If you put the head on last, you can just figure out where that balance really needs to be. But drawing really tiny, honestly, is fun. It's super fun. Because there's just no limit to it. And like, what's the worst if this just doesn't work? You just throw it away. Just never see it again. Never think about it again. So yeah. Community is really supportive. That's why I'm here. I love it, Roz. I'm glad you are here. I'm glad you're here. Imagine me painting this baby and then there's this beautiful blonde lady on my screen. How do I explain that to anybody who's new? Chest, belly, pelvis, the Wheeler roadmap. Like I said, sounds like a roadmap, eh, boys? Just create a rule. If you create a rule for yourself, I think you'd be really happy. The other thing you can do too, and I know I'm like being very direct about it, is what if you didn't focus on all the parts, you just focused on one part? What if you just focused on, and this isn't just for sniping, but what if you focused on just the shoulders? And that's what you trying to find or try to work on. And then you can build. There was a great video that I watched as a kid. Stan Lee had this like whole video series. I know there's a couple people that will, like Kevin West, Valley Dweller. There's a few guys who remember these videos. But Stan Lee would bring in the best comics guys. So like, and especially back in the 90s, it was like Mark Silvestri, Jim Lee, Rob Liefeld, Todd McFarlane. One of the things that Todd McFarlane said in one of his videos, he's like, for 2 weeks, all I drew was hands. I've learned how to draw a hand then. For the next 2 weeks, all I drew was elbows. And you just spend your time just drawing those components. And he ultimately said, because he broke those things down into small, tiny, bite-sized chunks, he was able to then kind of put everything together at the end. But I've also seen the opposite of that is I have a friend who has just been figure drawing parts. And it's kind of like, hey, buddy, it's time to put it all together, you know? And we kind of get stuck in that loop sometimes. All right, cool. I feel really good about kind of my melted, gross baby. Right? Just the earlobe. Yeah, just focus on those earlobes, you know? Focus on just the armpit. Wouldn't it be great if that's too blue. That's too blue of a color. So we're gonna smooth that out. I'm gonna smooth that out, yeah. And then we're gonna paint a little bit of schmutz over it. Let's grab a little bit of blue. Let's put. Should see how gross my palette really looks. Pretty disgusting. My little robot guy. It's going to be kind of the color of the draw along card. This was a briefcase. When I was a kid, I'm going to show this on screen one day, but when one year my dad went to Japan for something, he was an engineer at IBM, and he went to Japan and he came home with some Japanese Gundam toys, which just completely blew my mind. And he came home, no, I'm not talking to you, sir. And he came home with a plastic briefcase. And it must have had like parts or a manual or something in it. It's funny. I was in the basement shipping yesterday, and I came across the plastic briefcase that my father brought home from Tokyo when I was 6 years old. I'm 44, and I cannot get rid of it. And there's something so nostalgic about me having this weird plastic briefcase. I've given it to all the kids. The kids have all played with it and used it. I have no reason to keep this little briefcase, but I freaking love it, and I want to keep it forever. And so I'm going to. But that's what this reminds me of, and so that's what I'm going to paint. Let's get all my characters' gloves. Just mittens. Zoltan, do you like this one? Thanks, man. Zoltan, have you seen the trolls spread in art book number 2? We have a whole section of trolls, and your piece is one of the ones on display. We got the TV screen. Quick question: do you guys think that the figure drawing thing went a little too long today? Was it a good length, or do you think it? Do you think it could have been a little bit more rapid? That one's a little bit tough for me to read. I thought it would only last about an hour and a half, but it went 2.5 hours. Perfect length, sorry. Good length. I would not complain about it. The girth was great, bud. It was just right. It was a decent length. Your palette? Wait, what? I'm gonna paint in this briefcase now. I know that I think that one of the, and this is the overthinking of the stream, we're talking about ways that we can continue to give value back on the stream, but one of the things I don't want to do is overwhelm people with just the amount of drawing shit that happens here. We can sometimes get into real mega drawing mode, and we're asking, and I know people participate at their own leisure, right? But sometimes it feels like we might be asking people to do too much. And then obviously everyone's going to say, but if it's too much, we just won't do it. So I get that. I thought the length was nice. The pace was wonderful. Do you feel like the pace is fast, is too fast or too slow for the people who are submitting art? If I had a, here's another question. If I had a better edited version of that, where I just sit down with the camera and we put 2 or 3 poses on, not on Facebook, on YouTube, and we had a little bit of editing to it and stuff like that, do you think that would be like a watchable video? Like if you saw that in your YouTube feed, would you watch a video like that? It was long enough, but could have been wider. 8 inches around. Think about it. This isn't an art stream. Why would you want to draw? I want to draw. Visited my birthplace while the adults were talking. I explored some kid in the neighborhood at the ruins of a burned down house, and there was half of a burned doll sitting in the rubble. That's amazing. Roz, I've told my story quite a bit where my friends and I used to play in a burned down house in our neighborhood. And we would just play in there. And it was not a great idea. Not a great idea. Hi, Dirk. Shake my head. Don't shake your head, Kelly Maldonado. 12 hours today? Gross. Pace was mild but chunky. Fell asleep. I would have fallen asleep too. I didn't sleep very well last night. Counterpoint, too much is just perspective. Let it be a goal of sorts. Try to do a 6-minute mile. Folks start at 10, work their way down. That's pretty good. Do you think the amount of time that we spend on each pose is right? Like spending the 6 to 8 minutes, like that feels about right. I don't know about the most dynamic poses being shorter. That's my feedback. I did that because I was getting, it's a good call. I was getting self-conscious by how long I was going. So I think you're right, Jeremy. That was me getting self-conscious for sure. I'm going to paint this gray. That's 100% a thing that I was getting weirded out about. 6 to 8 minutes and then 45 on the review. I hated the more difficult pose. Yeah. Maybe we could do the shorter or the standy poses a little bit shorter and the other poses just a little bit longer. I typically know what I'm going to talk about on each one of the poses. Like I know what I want to focus on and like what are my main talking points. I worked myself into a corner on this one. Can I get your advice? So my garden gnomes always have red hats. I was thinking that this was going to be red, blue, and then gray. But obviously red on red just isn't going to work unless we're going to like the Met Gala. I can change the hat to blue and then change his body to red, but that's not the typical gnome that I draw. I could have this be blue, this be gray, and this be red. What do you think would be good? Shorter time, you're forced to move. Yeah. Yeah. The only reason I took 10 minutes on one of them was so we could show off the website. Started a video the other day. Target was 15 to create a 16-second video with audio recording. Had to learn new methods, have a rhythm. Yeah, that was kind of what I was talking about earlier, that I just recorded like 2 15-second videos in literally 30 seconds for forward today. Where do I stand on the pecking order, sir? You can't sir me. Mr. Al, what package did you get? Did you get original art with yours? How about a burnt? So we're gonna use yellow and orange for the background. Red stripe on the bomb. Yeah, that could look gorgeous. Vanilla mice. Can you make a slideshow? I used to do figure drawing class. They did 5 2-minute poses. Yeah, we could probably do that, Polly. Again, man, thank you for what you did. That mini is incredible. Hi, Burnaby. Blue at either end, red. Ooh, red wings could be really great. That would tie everything together, wouldn't it? Tint the gnome brown, tone him down. Original art. So we ran into a problem today. So I'm scanning all of the pieces. I'm scanning all these guys. And then Mr. Owl, my scanner shorted out. We had a power surge the other day, and now my scanner doesn't work. So we scrambled for an hour and a half today to try to figure out a solution. So I have a new scanner coming tonight. And then I'll be ready to go. Gray bomb, blue stripe, red wings. Oh, I kind of like that. Let me read that again. Where did the gray bomb, blue stripe, red wings, white painted. I think that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna be decisive. Fart-powered sports for the win. We'll put in some red dynamics back here too. All right, so just put a little bit of chunk down in here. So obviously this is all pretty wet, so it's kind of doing its thing. I want it to be grungy. I'll put a little bit of orange on here too. And actually, I think for the background, I'm gonna use a little bit of pink, and we'll paint the buildings in. I think that will look really, really cool. So that will then lead way that I can put a little bit of orange, kind of burnt orangey stuff right here. Turn on the recorder so I can get a little bit of footage. Oops, just colored him. That's fine. The gnome can handle it. Yeah, when I get off stream, hopefully the printer will be here. It's supposed to be here between 5 and 6. Or the scanner, faxer, copier thing. Get that all connected, start scanning all of those. Then hopefully we can get that out. Those boxes look really cool though. I know you're like, fuck you, Anthony, I just want my stuff. The boxes look great. Okay, anything that's closer to the camera is going to be a little bit darker. Limit the amount of gray. Yeah, I think I can do that, Sharn. Unless I've already overdone it. So now I'm painting wet on wet. So the surface of the paper is wet. The new paint is obviously wet. And you notice how we're just getting spread and bloom kind of everywhere we go. Just rocking and rolling. Just making stuff. Yeah, so all these objects right here, a little bit closer, a little bit darker. We'll start to tint everything with purple here in a minute too, so we get a good contrast between all the elements. The deck would just distract me. XM on the side instead of MX. Fart powered bombs. Again, we need that as a prompt. I don't know why people aren't choosing it. Needs to happen, man. Needs to happen. You going long today? Is everyone okay? My wife is at soccer. She's got 7-year-old Sullivan at soccer, so I have a little bit more time. I'll be hopping off here in a second because I have to go try to see if that printer's here and feed the kids. My wife just texted that we have to put away. Everyone's got to put away their laundry. It's really romantic. Just a really romantic lifestyle I live. All right, there we go. This honestly feels like the most free of all of the stuff that I've made here. Like it's just, I love all these little shapes. Everything's kind of gross and dirty looking. Yeah, there we go. We're getting somewhere. I think the red and blue will stand out, compensate. Yeah, so I think a light blue through here, kind of a light faded, and then the red hat. So those things I think will match. We'll put a couple little red details right here. The propeller can be red. And then I think back here I'll use kind of an orangish pink, and then paint those buildings in, and it will feel, and then I'll paint in kind of white clouds coming this way. I think it should look really neat. Ugh. Boxes were okay? Yes. Everything showed up good, no scuffs, no bruises. Thank you, Burnaby. Hi, Sharn. I rigged the vote against it. So I was taking junior ref classes. Man, taking 60% of the earnings, that feels fair. That feels very fair. Sleep in the same room as us. It doesn't get more romanticer. How long is that going to happen for, Laura? Or is that just how the world works? Notice how some of that purple started to lift and to get us kind of some gross color under there. Everything's kind of dry. Let me pop back into the Discord one more time, see if there's any updates, and then we'll probably raid out. Just a little bit of scummy bits here. There we go. Yeah. Cool. Heck yeah. Yeah, you got to take 60% of the profit at all times. Oh my gosh. So here's Cartoon Jesse. Thanks for letting me play Mr. Wheeler. You're very welcome, Cartoon Jesse. You're a great addition here. You're sniping. I see now what you mean by being more of an ass man for your swimsuit lady. And now I see more what you mean. Bag was creased badly. Ding on the cards. Were you throwing mine? What that booty do? Yeah, you're LOLing me, right, Burnaby? You could carve Mount Rushmore on that ass. Did you say hi to me? I did. I did say hi to you. Next is still working? Yeah, that's a good one. Burnaby. Again, I think what you've done, though, is you have great balance from head to floor. I think the head is forward this way because the ass is so far back this way. That's a balance technique. I'm dying. Good. Thank you. Kids will have a great time with them. Awesome, man. Let me know if you guys need any more supplies or anything, Burnaby. Appreciate you, dude. And then here's Annalou. Anna Lou's just like, hey guys, do you want me to just to do a digital paint of this beautiful ballerina lady, just to throw it all in your faces? Hi, Caffeinated Doodler. How are you? Hello, coffee. Gorgeous value work. Yeah, what the fuck? Exactly. Yeah. Calf, how are you? What you up to? The baby will probably be till she's a year. Yeah, all our kids slept in our room until about 6 to 8 months. Yep. Something to draw on digitally soon. Kamikaze, there's a couple of like really inexpensive writing tablets that you can also draw on. Still watching you? Are you in the backyard again, Anna Lou? Just watching me through the window? Peering, leering through the bushes like you do? This is gorgeous. You have to save at the moment's capability. Yeah, we could probably talk about some cheap tablets. Let's find a raid. Guys, thank you again. Today was great. I was really stressed out. The day just was not working the way that I needed it to. Shipping 250 packages in a short period of time is, dare I say, complicated. So thanks for making the day really good. And just doing what we did today was wonderful. It was really wonderful. I think we have to raid Nix. Nix did a shout out for us. Raid Lizzie. Oh man. This is tough. We got two great people. I'm not gonna win on this one. Is Lizzie gonna go for a little bit? Testing. Oh, she's doing Tunes Day. Yeah. Let's go raid Lizzie. But go hang out with Nix for a little bit, please. Go hang out with Nix for a little bit. Give her some love. She's doing the Draw This in Your Style, and it's pretty great. Yeah, I know. She never streams at the same time. That's why I'm considering. So I appreciate it. And I love Lizzie. I would fight a bear for Lizzie. Maggie finished reading me a story. Making dinner. Aw, well, I appreciate you coming in here. I got to send you something today. Caffeinated Doodler. So yeah, we're going to go raid our friend Gay Club Anthem. Gay Club typically streams earlier than when I'm on. So yeah, this is a really rare opportunity. But again, do yourselves a favor. Nixt sent over a bunch of really great follows and just great vibes. They popped into the stream yesterday and started making some really awesome art supporting our Draw This in Your Style. So if you've got a couple of extra minutes, pop into Nixt, give them some love, and that would be awesome. If you guys have never met Gay Club Anthem, they are one of my favorite people on this insufferable platform. Lizzie came in just the very first day, just open book, full heart, and just, I don't know. She's the best. So that's me being a little bit sappy, but if you know, you know. I would 100% punch a bear for Lizzie. Yep. Yeah, I would absolutely raid Nixt as well. Yep. So, guys, thank you again. I'll be back tomorrow, 5 o'clock Eastern, then Friday's the draw along. If you guys need anything, reach out, shoot out. We'll go from there. Thanks for the fun. I appreciate you. Brace yourselves. Yeah, right on. All right, guys. Love you. See you soon. Thank you.